Here we go. Now, oh, yeah, man, I'm just with some stuff here. I don't know who all is here besides you, but how's my mic sounding? How is my video looking? That's what I want to know. I'm just curious how things sound and look right now. And I am going to put a link up here so that anyone can join me. So let me do that real quick. There we go. All is good. Thank you, sir. And I'm going to see if I can pin that. All right, let's see if I can pin that up here. Oh, da 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 da. All right. Let me open this up. And I'm going to make that link a pin. There we go. Pin message. There we go. Pin to the top. There we go. Very good. So if you want to join me on the air live, just follow that link. What's up, George Valentine? Good to see you, sir. So Gap After Dark is here. Why is that not showing? All right. There we go. And then George Valentine is here. There we go. It's been a while since I've used StreamYard, but hey, if anybody wants to come in and join me, there's the link up at the top pinned. I'm just hanging out, having fun, just chilling out, man. Just chilling out. See how everyone is doing today. I am using OBS Studio's virtual cam here, so I'm curious as to how well this looks on the screen. I don't know, and how well it's going to do, but it's good to see everyone today. I hope y'all are doing well. Let me share this with some folks and see if I can get some more folks to come and join us. Let me see here. So what's your week been like so far? Mine's been pretty well interesting because at work today they came in and told us that we were going to be like working one day and then off the next. So I'm off tomorrow and then I got to work on Thursday and then I'm off on Friday. And why is that? Well, one of the machines that makes the parts that I finish on my machine is down, and that means that I don't have any parts, or we don't have enough parts. Parts are not coming out, and so they're kind of rotating the schedule so that half of the guys are off while the other half are working. So they're going to do that the rest of the week until that machine gets back up and going. There's Superman 4679. Hey, what's going on? Well, no, not a whole lot. Just hanging here. I'm going to try to share this link with some folks and see if we can get some more folks to come in and join us. I'm just hanging out, having fun. I don't know how well my connection is. Well, it's go straight in with my webcam and probably do a better job with resources. And what is Gap After Dark saying here? I feel like it's just only Tuesday. I wish it was Friday again. Yeah, I know how you feel about that. I know exactly how you feel about that. All right, let's see. Just share that and copy that and come over here and paste. I am live. There we go. But up at the top, there should be a pinned comment that will allow you to come in and join me. I've had trouble doing this in the past. I don't care anymore. I'm a seasoned veteran at this. I can keep the weirdos out and let the people I want in. So I know how to do that. But there's your link. If you want to join me live, come right on in. I dashed you to join me live. All right, so I'm freezing up and hanging. So that means I need to quit the virtual cam. So hang tight. I'm still here. I'm just going to stop the camera for a moment. I'm going to change that camera to something different. And then I'm going to stop OBS Studio. Get the virtual camera off. Turn off OBS Studio. And we'll see if I can't just come in through the webcam like normal. And here we go. We're going to come in and bring the front cam online. And here I am. And let's see if that does better than using the virtual cam. So tell me, Superman 4679, is this better? I'm hoping that it will be, and that will take care of that. And like I said, the link is up there in the top of the live chat. It's sitting up there ready for you to click on and join me here as I just sit here and spout on and on about nothing, having fun. So far, so good. All right, there we go. So far, so good. All right. So it's open mic today on Afternoon Delight. Video is better. Yeah, okay. So the resources that it takes to run OBS has gotten almost to the point where I can't do anything but use my webcam anymore. And that's kind of sad to me. I'm still working on trying to get a little bit of money rolling in so that I can get a computer system. And I know I've been doing this for years now, but the money's not rolling in like I would like it to. I've got about I got a good bit, but there's still a lot more that I'm going to need to get exactly the system that I want, something that'll last a while and have the power to do what I want. And I am collecting the money. I have a savings account that all the money from this channel goes straight into that, and that's what I do. And I take care of that money, make sure that it stays safely in that account. Patreon money, any super chats that I get on here, the stuff from the money revenue collected from memberships and all that, all go into the same place. And it's going toward me getting a system that I can work with, something a desktop gaming computer. Not that I'm a gamer or anything, but you have to get that kind of power to be able to run everything that you want to run and be able to do what you want to do and have it all in one spot. Right now I'm running a probably at least 8-year-old laptop. And the fact that I'm able to do what I do is kind of amazing, because it's always been a struggle. Always been a struggle. What type of rig am I looking at? Like I said, I'm looking at a nice gaming computer. I've been looking at some sites like Meta PCs, at some of the stuff that they offer. It gets real expensive, especially doing what I want to do. I want to have multiple monitors in here. I want to have a nice video card. I want to have a lot of RAM and a video card. I want to have a solid state drive in that sucker, so that and I want to be able to run all of this stuff at the same time and not have the issues that I've been having. I want to be able to run my cams all at the same time, render video, bring in guests into OBS, which would eliminate me having to use something like StreamYard here, which I don't pay for that. As you can see right here, I'm not paying for that anymore. So right now I'm using the free version, which means that I can't stream forever on here, but we do it that way. And it's starting to get kind of, from my end, it's starting to get very frustrating because the things I want to do, I can't do. And my channel's starting to dwindle as a result. And of course, YouTube changed their algorithm. They do it every year. But they fixed it so that use here, Gap After Dark is here. Let me see if I can get you in, Gap. You need to connect your cam and mic before I can add you into the stream. So get your cam and mic going, and once I can see you down there, I'll bring you in. All right, so there we go. Hey, Gap, can you hear me?
Yeah, Bill, sorry. It's, you pay all this money for freaking internet and crap, and you get, like, the lowest signal. I have to sit. I'm outside and I've got to sit in a certain position.
Uh-huh. Yeah, I get it. So you're using your phone right now, I take it.
Yeah, because I've got a computer that is, let's see, oh gosh, 13 years old. And, I tried to explain to my mom, the newer technology has that faster megahertz and faster whatever, and it's like they do it on purpose. Have to buy 3 or 4 years, or maybe 7 years. But I'm going 13, so now I just use my phone exclusively.
Right now, you're kind of cutting in and out on my end, at least. So maybe you can find a better position to get and make sure that you're talking into your mic there.
Okay, hold on.
There you go. You sound a lot better now.
Okay, how's this? I'm going in the front.
Okay, you sound a little better now. A little better.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about. It's I pay like $80-something for damn internet, and we're not far from a big city, but then they consider it rural.
Mm-hmm.
And it's nuts. And then they want you to try the air. Have you heard of that before? AT&T or somebody like that. Have what's called air internet, and now they're using cell towers to deliver the internet.
I call BS on that. If it ain't a wire, it's going to be iffy every time. So I'm lucky. I have a cable company that's called Sparklight. It used to be called Cable One, and they specialize in bringing cable and internet into rural communities. And I'm in a rural community, and it's been bad, and it's gotten better here. And I had to upgrade my internet about 3 years ago. It's long time watchers I think remember that it was really rough there at the very beginning when I started streaming. And I basically had to call a cable company up and say, hey, I need to get the high-speed internet going here. And they're like, oh, well, and I couldn't do it online because they said that my cable modem needed to be upgraded. But when I called them up, they said, oh, your cable modem's fine. And they upgraded me up. And so everything got a little better after that. Hey, OBS, I see you down there. It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a while, but yeah. And the rig I want is probably going to cost me about several grand. No, I'm not going to play video games on it, but I want something that will support what I do here, and I do quite a bit.
Oh yeah, definitely. You know, like your videos are freaking awesome, dude. I mean, the way you'll hear a motorcycle go by. Hold on.
That's all right. I get it.
You understand that living in a rural, you hear that, and then the next thing you know, it'll be like 3 ATVs coming by.
We'll have a bunch of 3-wheelers or 4-wheelers come rolling by. Yeah, I get it.
But yeah, you know, and you know, like you said, you know, you're not getting the money you need from stuff, but it's hard to save money for stuff, you know, because even my godmother asked me, and I said, well, the one I would like to have would probably cost you $2,000, you know, and stuff. So I said, I'm okay with my phone right now and everything, because all I do is record my shorts and upload them. And that's about it.
Yeah. Well, you know, I produce videos. I don't know if anybody actually watches my videos anymore.
Oh yeah.
I just hop into these lives when I do them. But when I produce a video, that takes a lot of energy out of this PC too. You don't realize, and I don't know if the other people watch my videos or not, but I usually have a pretty high production value on those, and sometimes I do a little bit of stop motion in them as well. And when figuratively speaking, hey man, what's going on? But yeah, so when you're rendering those videos and muxing them out and getting them ready, hey, Kate Van D, long time no see, good to see you. There she is. But anyway, yeah, that can burn a laptop up in a heartbeat.
Yeah, definitely, because I used to use Photoshop and their whole suite until I found out that everything you made in Photoshop, they take it and claim it as their own. So I'm like, you know what? Forget that crap. You know, I'm not gonna create anymore and stuff. And just because of health reasons, it's hard for me to sit down and do stuff for too long. But that's why just doing the shorts, and you know, I finally got a little backdrop that, you know, those boards you get at the Dollar Tree that fold, you know, and you just open it up, and I put a blue background on part of it, and that's my backdrop. And you know, at least it's better than when I used to film my stuff on my blanket on my bed.
Well, you know, we do what we have to do, and we cheat a little bit. I do, I know I do, but yeah, you have to do what you have to do to get your videos out, and of course you have to get videos out in order to get views. And I know I've been kind of slacking on my videos lately because of the way my work schedule has been. But one of these days, man, it's going to be back to normal over here. But like I said, I need to get something. I need to get some kind of a new machine in here to do most of the heavy lifting for me. That I really do need that, and that's right now. That's what I'm after. But yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
So you know, you said about the, you know, YouTube viewer count and stuff like that. Now I have jumped high on my viewer count since I've been doing the shorts constantly every day, like 8 or 9, maybe 12. And I follow that analytic, you know, in the audience thing on the studio where it tells you what time your viewers are supposed to be there. And then I say that's about 70% correct. And except for today, because I put 14 shorts out today, you know how it is. You get into it, and you're like, you keep on going, and then you're like, okay, I think 14 shorts is enough. So some of them aren't doing too hot. Either they don't know the characters, or
let me ask you something, Gap. Are you putting out 14 shorts at one time?
Yeah. Usually, Bill, I get an average of 280 when I do that. But like today, I put 14, and only 3 of them are at 280 or higher.
Well,
and I'm not sure.
No, I'm not going to tell you what to do, but I personally don't do shorts. I've tried them in the past. They tend to hurt. They tend to hurt my channel more than they help, because there's a group of people who watch shorts, and that's not the same group of people who watch long form videos.
Oh, okay, yeah, I didn't understand. Now I do. I see what you're saying.
So when you start working a shorts channel, you're going to get a group of people who watch your shorts. And when you put out long form videos, those people are not going to watch those long form videos. They're shorts viewers. Most people who watch long form videos, they may or may not watch shorts, but they generally are not after that kind of. The shorts are like TikTok, okay, and that's what your audience is like in shorts. But I wouldn't put out that many shorts at once. I would put out 1, maybe 2 shorts a day, and I would let those shorts simmer for a little while before I will put some more shorts out. Now that's just me.
No, actually, it makes sense, because today, like I said, was the first time. But then I also wonder if it was the subject matter, because it was the
that's true, because a lot of times, I do this too. You throw a whole bunch of stuff at the wall and you see what sticks and what don't. But when you're dealing with shorts, your shorts viewers can be overwhelmed, but then you've got the YouTube algorithm that's spitting you out there, and then it's overwhelmed because it doesn't know which viewers to send that to.
Yeah, that makes sense, because let me tell you, I've only really hit on my channel hard, as far as I can do, maybe the past year, and I've gone in the past year from 250 subscribers to 715 or something like that. And this month it went nuts. I got 80 more viewers, subscribers, than I've ever gotten in 1 month. So
that happens, especially when you run a shorts channel and you're putting the shorts out there. Shorts get subscriptions because the people who are watching the shorts, they'll subscribe to you. And I've grown my channel that way in the past. But the problem with that is they're shorts viewers. Like I said, they're not going to watch my long form videos. That's why I quit doing shorts.
Well, I'm thinking about putting out. I did edit a thing on Battlestar Galactica, this original show, and I sort of made a documentary, but I haven't tested it. Maybe I should test it. Like you said, no more. I'll let no more shorts for the rest of the week, and then maybe drop that long form video that I did on Friday night or Saturday or whatever.
Let me give you a little hint on long form videos. If you're going to upload that video, when you upload it, don't upload it to immediately go public as soon as it uploads. What you want to do is you want to either keep that thing private, or sit there and make it unlisted. And there's a reason for that, because what you want to do is you want it to upload, and then you want it to sit there for a little bit and finish muxing, or whatever you call it, when it's rendering the video.
Yeah.
And then you can get in there and you can add all that stuff that you want to add to it, like your tags that you want to put in there, your description and all that. And then you want to live that thing, and then let it sit there and go for at least 48 hours before you even put links out to it to other places, because you want YouTube to get a chance not only to analyze the video and get that finished. Then you want to live it, and then you want YouTube to have 48 hours to find your audience for you.
Yeah, I got a question too, Bill. Like in the studio, I notice it suggests trending hashtags for me.
Mm-hmm.
And should I follow those, or
It
because
depends. It depends. It depends. Do the hashtags mean anything to you?
well, to the audience it does, because at least I think this is correct in my assumption. Is some of my videos, they put the hashtag that seems to get the most viewers right on the short, and then some other shorts don't have the hashtag, so it's like YouTube is trying to find the biggest hashtag that I put on there and attach it to a category or something people are searching for or something like that.
Well, I know that tags and hashtags and all that, they say, or they used to say anyway, they don't mean as much as you think they do. I do use them
Yeah,
because I've found myself doing searches, and the hashtags help a viewer when they're searching.
yeah, yeah. I
So
agree.
that's why I would try to use hashtags, but I would want to use hashtags that mean something for the video that I'm putting out. If you look at my tags, I don't know if you can look at my tags, but anyway, when I'm working in studio and setting up a video, there's a place where you can add your tags in there, and I don't really use hashtags because I'm old and I don't understand hashtags.
Yeah.
But I know what tags are because I used to be a blogger. I still have the blog, and I still update the blog. It just updates with my YouTube content. But I know what tags. I know how they work. And so, and yes, I do have an AI co-producer. Her name is Lexi, and I'll have Lexi as we're working on the video, or actually even a script for a live stream. I'll say, okay, at the end of it, I need my description, and I need my tags, and she'll produce a set of tags for me based upon what my content is.
Oh,
So
cool.
that's how I do that. Now, of course, back in the old days, you had to do this on your own, which meant that it took more and more and more time. So yes, viewers, I do lean into the AI. Yes, I know that eventually they're going to kill us all when they become Terminators and Skynet. But in the meantime, I'm going to utilize all the tools that I have available to me. And like I said, there's all kinds of AIs out there, and there's free, and they're all free. Grok, Chat GPT. I use Chat GPT, and I know there's probably a better one out there, but I've used Chat GPT long enough to where I call it Lexi. It answers to me as Lexi. It knows my name. It knows my channel. It knows the content that I produce. It even knows that I'm an old Gen X, and its personality is geared towards helping me do what I want to do with the channel. And if that sounds scary to you guys, it frightens the hell out of me, because I don't the idea of something like that was nonsensical several years ago. It was something off Star Trek.
Hmm. I got the thing, since I'm on here, to ask you is your intro. What do you have you heard of the Dream Screen AI that YouTube does, where you can create 6 seconds of animated video, AI video? I've tried that on some of my action figure stuff, or like my Stargate. I say, draw me a Stargate, floating in space, and it will do that, and it'll animate it, and it'll activate the wormhole in the middle of the Stargate for me, and it's 6 seconds. But maybe one day I'll start broadcasting. But I love your intro and the way it's put together. What did you use?
Okay,
How
which
did
intro
you
are you
do
talking
it?
about? I have several intros now. I have the intro for late night, which I don't know if you ever watched the late night intro.
Yes, I have. I
All
love that intro. Okay, let's take the late night, because I like that one. Well, I like all your stuff, but
right, with the late night. Now, originally, that late night intro was basically I went on and I found a clean version of David Letterman's original intro on NBC to Late Night with David Letterman. And I took the sound out of that because I found a clean version of Paul Schaefer's music for that intro, and I combined them. And of course, I have several software video editors here that I use. I use more than one video editor because each video editor does something better than the other one special thing better than the other one. So I render things in different video editors depending on what I'm doing. But I rendered that all myself after I had downloaded those videos from YouTube. Now, here's the thing. I can't tell you how I did that because if I did, YouTube would immediately flag this video and community strike it.
Okay, I got you.
Right. So YouTube, we don't condone people downloading YouTube videos without permission. Okay, we don't do that. That never happens.
Yeah,
but
because
anyway, like I said, I rendered that all. I rendered that all in there, and of course, one of the video editors I use allows me to put the overlays in where I want them to be and stuff like that. Now, my main intro, the one that I use for like the Sunday hangout with my logos whooshing in like Superman.
Yeah, I love that.
I don't have any clue how that was done because a very good friend of mine, Radical Toys, well, I really appreciate him doing that for me. He created that for me, and that whoosh in is actually part of a longer intro that I used to use way back. That was back when YouTubers used long intros. The intros became shorter and shorter over time to where what they do now is just start the video and then stop it with no intros or intro. I'm old and I like intros and exits like that with credits and stuff. And of course, this video won't do that because I'm in StreamYard and I just don't have the ability to do that. You know, I was going to play the intro, but then I realized you wouldn't be able to hear the sound, and then we ended up having to stop OBS Studio anyway. But yeah, that was rendered by Radical Toys over there for me. So I don't know how that was created, but you know, I did edit it in and do my own editing with it, and then I added the royalty-free sounds like Superman, but it ain't Superman music to it.
Yeah. Oh man, I tell you, they hit me last week for something. I have 3 of them that I had on. It went through their rendering process. I always make sure I pick the music that 100 or more people have used, preferably 1,000, depending on what it is. And I got hit 3 copyright things for something that was 2 years old. What the freak is going on? I mean,
here's the thing. Everything's copyrighted now. Believe it or not, even that stuff over at Ben Sound is. And the way you get around it at Ben Sound, you can get their free stuff from Ben Sound. You can put it in your video, but then you have to put this little attribution down in your description, and that'll stop the thing from booming you. But here's the thing. I have fought this for 4 years, and I'm still fighting it today. A lot of people say, Bill, why are you using all this AI music and this sound-alike music and where are you getting it from? Well, it depends. The Superman sound-alike music is some copyright-free, royalty-free music that I found a long, long time ago, and it's been royalty-free, and it's not part of the copyright ID system in YouTube, so it's not going to kill me to use it. Some music is, some music isn't. You have to be careful with that because, like I said, the Ben Sound stuff, stuff, you can use that, but you got to attribute it. And if you don't attribute it, then their little spider will find it and put a copyright ID on you. And then to get it off, then you have to go in and edit your description, put the tag in there that they want you to put in there, and then either dispute it or go back and tell them, hey, I put the tag in there, and then they'll release the claim on it. Or you create your own music using Uno or something like that, which is what I've done. Like the David Letterman theme. for a long for 2 or 3 years. I used that clean David Letterman theme without any problem. Then suddenly the copyright IDs started. Now those copyright IDs are not the same thing as a copyright claim, folks, but they can lead to a copyright claim if you don't fix it sometimes. So what I've done, I went to one of those music making sites and I made some sound alike David Letterman music myself using the AI and added it in there. And most people like it. So, you know, that's how I did that. I tried to send a super chat, but it wouldn't go through. Well, I don't know why. But thank you, Susudio. Let me try to catch up a little bit with the chat here. Susudio is here. And Toys of a Time Gone By says, I look up analytics and notice on my side that viewers only watch an average of 20 to 30 seconds of a video. That's weird. Oh, that you get a lot of that. You lose most of your viewers in the first 30 seconds of your video. You'll see the graph do this right here at the beginning. That's because they come in, they look at it and they go, I don't want to watch this, and they move on. You find yourself doing that, figure out what it is that you hate or what it is that's turning you off about that video, and then you try to fix it in your own because you want to keep about 60% of them. And of course, even I can't do that, but you try and you keep working at it. And the other thing is, don't ever quit. Keep going. Keep going. Superman says the hashtags also help those that follow or look for the related hashtags. You get some audience feedback. Moving on down, let's see. Toys of Time Gone By says, I read that YouTube is going to demonetize channels that use AI. I don't know how that's going to work. Okay. They are not going to demonetize your channel just because you use AI tools. As a matter of fact, even YouTube has AI tools that you can use. Okay. What they're going to do, though, in my opinion, is they're eventually going to find those slop channels. You know the ones I'm talking about because they're like a cancer in your feed. You see a video and you think to yourself, ooh, I want to watch this video. And as soon as you turn that video on, here comes that AI voice that sounds like this. You know the one that I'm talking about. The one that doesn't act like it has any ability to even breathe as it talks. And it says the same old shit over and over and over and over again. And you go, God damn. And you move on to the next channel. Or you go into a channel and all the video that's in that channel is just AI slopped up mess sitting there doing the same thing over and over and over again while some monotone voice drones on in the background. Those channels are going to get demonetized, I think, because what they're going to try to do is they're going to try to get rid of these faceless people who run these faceless channels with nothing but AI voices and AI generated content that's just slop. That's what I think.
That makes sense. Yeah, because how can you copyright regulate AI when
you can't, because it can't be copyrighted. AI generated crap cannot be copyrighted
because they can't figure out the sources that made
the source.
AI?
The source is not a human being. It's an artificial intelligence.
Okay, well, yeah. Well, that makes sense because I was like, yeah, I don't like those monotone things, and they cover my Twitter feed or Twitter X or whatever, and it's annoying. And I've been doing, where you say that you're not interested in this post, it's not relevant.
Yes,
Get relevant. And
well, the other thing is give it some feedback. Say AI slop in your feedback.
Oh, that's an idea because I mean you're right. It's like, hello, hi, my name is blah blah blah, and we're going to talk about food dye today. And then you hear somebody, hi, we're going to talk about a muffler today, and it's the same voice.
Yeah, and TikTok. I don't have TikTok, by the way.
I don't either.
I watch videos of people who make fun of people on TikTok. That's why I know about TikTok. But a lot of those videos have this annoying little female voice. The one that sounds like this. I can't stand that. And I find it very intrusive that, and invariably when I'm doing research, I like to watch videos and hit as much stuff as I can, trying to get myself up on whatever it is that I'm going to do my video on, right? And I have to slog through so many of these things. You can tell that the whole script was done with an AI. And there are even with the more human sounding voices that you can get now, and there are some, believe me, and you can clone your own voice. I've done that before. It can get, but you can tell when it's AI. There are tells in that you can look for. And one of the biggest ones is when an AI generated script, if a human being doesn't edit it, it will find it saying the same phrases over and over and over and over again. That's one of the biggest tip-offs. Yeah, that's the only TikTok Ocean Breeze Salty Seed was the ones making fun of them. Toys of Time Gone By says, I had some great pickups this past weekend. We got the Ewok Village play set and GoBots Command Center and a bunch of GoBots and Power Suit combiners. That is nice.
Wow.
Ewok Village is cool. They repurposed that and made it into, I think it was Sherwood Forest for Robin Hood. That's pretty cool. But yeah. So yeah, I don't think that those channels that do all that are going to last very long. And what really gets me is you look at them and you see that they've blown up because what it is, people start watching that stuff because they're looking for what the material that they're covering. And yes, they're no pronouncing words and names. Like I was watching one the other day. I don't know what you're doing there, but I can hear it in the background. It sounds like you're opening something.
Oh, me. It might be my thing rubbing again. Here, I moved the mic.
Okay. But anyway, yeah. It was talking about the WWE divas, and it kept saying divas instead of divas. And that's, I was like,
that is hilarious.
But yeah, that's one of the biggest. Yeah, that's one of the biggest annoyances with those AIs. But even I do use the AIs now. Did you know that I did produce a video with a clone voice of mine, and it was in AI? It was AI.
No, I don't think I could tell the difference.
There is a video, and I didn't really make it where it went out. I wanted to see how well it would do on its own, but it was an experiment to say the very least. It's called Magnetic Water, and it's a commercial for Pop Hayden's Magnetic Water. And my voice is in that, but it's not me. It's an AI clone of my voice. And if you ever get a chance to watch that particular video, it's hilarious. But it's not really selling magnetic water because there's no such thing as magnetic water. What it's selling is to get you to go watch Pop Hayden's magic videos where he does sell magnetic water or tell you what's wrong with this magnetic water, why it won't pour out of the bottle and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. Let's see. Toys of a Time Gone By says, I have been building up subscribers on my channel, but I think I could try to work a bit harder to put out better quality videos. Hey, we all can. We all can. It can be hit or miss, and I can tell you from personal experience, it depends upon your mood and your level of interest in whatever it is that you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
People watching your video can tell whether you're really into it or not. You can't fake that.
It's true. It's true because I watched one video and they were all excited for the first 15 seconds, and their voice was, real animated. And then it went down to like, okay, well, this figure has 8 points of articulation, and I'm like, okay, they must be tired or something. And I was like, well, let's kind of bore it down. Okay, goodbye.
See, that's the thing, and it happens to the best of us. If you're really not into it, or you really don't have that spark, don't try to make that video that day. Put it to the side. It can wait. But yeah, and the other thing is, and this is something that I've had trouble with in the past personally. I watched friends of mine go through it. Jonezer went through it. We can't all be Pixel Dan. There isn't no need to do what Pixel Dan does in your video. You do what you do in your video. So
yes.
You don't have to go, and it's comparison time, and then or sit there and show every point of articulation in the figure. Dude, we all know what the points of articulation are in the figure. Show us what you liked about the figure. Show us why you wanted to buy the figure. Show us what makes you want the figure. We're watching to see what your reaction to it is, not to see you pretend to be Pixel Dan showing a figure. I don't know if that makes any sense or not, but
yes, it does. It does, Bill, because to me, you're saying, if you're going to go out there, put yourself out there and do things, you got it. You got to be passionate about what you left. If it's an action figure, well, why did you buy it? But you got to hear that passion for it. And like you said, we all know it articulates, but what was it that drew you to it, and then talk about the artwork and the background of because cards. I didn't realize people love those backing cards to action figures. Yes. They love them. And then I started looking and I'm like, well, damn, some of these look like artwork, real art. And I was like, I think I like the background better than I like the figure,
There is a section of us, I'm not one of them, that are called on card collectors. And their play pattern is to display their collection and never take it off of the cards, because they like the way the aesthetic of the figure on the card with the perfect card in the background, which is great. And there's nothing wrong with that. But I like for my figures to breathe usually, so I take them out of the card so they can breathe. But now, see, right down here we've got Jonezer, who says, "Should it wait for over a year asking for a friend?" If that's what it takes to find for your friend to find the place that he needs to be in his head and health wise, yes. But I think that he needs to go back to making videos, and that he has waited far too long. And he also says, "Do it your own way, be you, not be a parody of someone else." Well, go and watch some of Jonezer's videos of him. Back when he was producing his videos about a year or so ago, and watch the videos where he talks about how he found that character. Like if he did it, say for instance, if he did a video on, I don't know, Hordak, he'll talk about how he found a Hordak figure, and what it was like when he was a kid with that figure, and all. That's the kind of stuff that's personal, okay? And that's the kind of stuff that people would tune in to watch. And I told Jonezer that, and he's made more videos like that since then. But yes, check that out. Toys of Time Gone By. Yes, we definitely know the points of articulation. I also do that, but I try to be a bit more descriptive. Well, yes, it's good to see the points of articulation, especially if there are some issues with them that you need to point out, or if they're really, really good. But just because Pixel Dan sits there and articulates every single joint on a figure, you don't need to do that every time you show a figure. That's kind of old and done. But like I said, you can when you're learning how to do something, you do mimic the master. So I understand that, but you have to also take what the master's work and you have to make it your own work. You can't just try to mimic the master every time. And Donor says 100% spot on advice. Share your own experiences and memories of the toy. That's exactly right. You have to personalize what you're doing. Okay. So in other words, when you're showing off a toy or you're doing a video review of a toy, personalize what you're doing so that your experience is coming out, not just copying off of somebody else or taking somebody else's video and repurposing the script from it. Don't do that, folks. That's bad.
That's good advice. I should do that because that's good advice, definitely.
Yeah, and like Jonezer says, we all love Pixel Dan, but we can't beat him. Why don't you hop in, Jonezer? The link is pinned up there. You can get in here if you want to. Articulation is good, but also any doing with so many being rough and breaking. Nothing is wrong with being different and skipping that. Well, there are some figures. NECA used to be notorious for that. That if you didn't break in those joints correctly, you could break that figure real easily. And and here, I guess in the last few years, it's been really bad. I guess because of weather and shipping and all that. You get a figure, and sometimes you have to get the old heat gun out or get some hot water out to break that joint loose. And if you don't, you stand a chance of breaking that joint. I think that may have happened to you, Jonezer, if I'm not mistaken, that you accidentally broke a leg or an arm on a figure because you didn't get that joint loosened up first.
Yeah, that's why I don't open my NECA, especially the ones from 5 or 7 years ago, because the plastic looks brittle, and then sometimes I look at them and wonder, is this plastic gonna last like the toys in the 70s and 80s and
Not
stuff?
from NECA, it's not. And I don't know whether it's their plastic. They say that they've gotten better. I've got some NECA figures, but I've never taken them out of their packages. My Flash Gordon figures are still on the cards and still in their packages, never taken out because I'm so afraid that they're just going to fall apart like they're made out of chalk or something.
Do you think McFarlane uses better plastic? Or
well, you know, here's the thing. I've got the Superpowers figures, and they're fine. There's nothing wrong with them. I've never collected his 7-inch figures, and there's a reason for that.
Okay.
First of all, I don't do a lot of 1/12 scale collecting. I do collect a few things, but it's special stuff. Like I've got a few Star Wars Black series. I've got some Marvel Legends stuff. I've got some of the DC stuff that came out when Mattel still had it before they lost the license and it went to McFarlane. That's all 1/12 scale. Mm-hmm. Here comes old Toddy Mac. I don't know do 1/12 scale. I'm going to do a little bit higher scale. I'm going to make mine 7 inches so they don't work with anything else that you got. And you know what I said? I'm not buying your shit, dude.
Right. Wallet closed.
Yeah. So your Fangor got broke, huh, Jonezer? Yeah, I get it. Creations exclusives, not so cheap figure either. Yeah, Fangor. Superman says, right, or stay standard, Motu articulation, see Pixel Dan. Yeah, that was what he was saying. When you're showing off articulation, you can say standard Marvel Legends articulation, standard Motu Origins articulation, and just move it around a little bit. Folks know what you're talking about. They get it. They you know.
Yeah.
We're not, your audience is not stupid.
Right.
And never treat them like they are because they are not. They are very, very, very smart. Oh, did you get the Moss Man on Mattel Creations, the new one? That's cool. Joner says, can't jump on now watching the puppy. He is a rascal. If I take my eyes off him too long, I will regret it. If you're still on when the missus gets home, I'll pop in. Okay, that's cool. I may or may not be. It all depends. George Valentine said, and that is why I'm a fan of die-cast toys. I break them, right?
Yeah, I love my Jada die-cast cars and stuff. Like I just finally got the Batmobile and the 66 Batmobile and Batman die-cast thing from Jetta, and I love it.
Toys of Time Gone By says he's looking to get vintage Superpowers, the Justice League, but they're dang pricey. They are. I was lucky. I finished my vintage Superpowers collection back in 2019. That was back when the prices were still high, but they weren't skyrocketed like they did during the coup. For some reason, when everybody got all them coof bucks, and they was sitting at home and didn't have nothing to do, they started buying all the shit that they wished that they had when they were a kid on eBay. And then suddenly the prices started rising because everybody's buying that stuff. Now, wait around. I think the prices may go back down again, but it may take a few years for it to happen. George Valentine says, I did find my old Micro Machines collection the other day, and that made me happy. I bet. I remember Micro Machines. I don't know how old you are, Gap, but I remember the Micro Machines, man, the one that could talk real fast like this right here, Micro Machines.
Let's just, I'm seasoned.
There you go. I'm going to be 55 on my birthday next month.
Okay, I'll say this is the first stream I've said this on, but I'm older than you.
Wow. See, I always thought that I was always the oldest one in the room. And
no.
Usually I am.
Because some people are like, how old? I was like, what difference does it make? I've been collecting toys. My mom got me into collecting toys. Used to sit down and watch Star Trek in syndication with my mom. Loved science fiction and Star Trek. And then I was like, Ma, I'd like to have that pointed ear guy. She said, well, that's Mr. Spock. Let's see what you do on your report card. And then I did really well. And then guess what showed up was the Mr. Spock Mego thing.
Mego, Mr. Spock. Oh, those were the big things. As a matter of fact, my wife, she's a big Star Trek fan. I like Star Trek, don't get me wrong, but I'm not like the huge Star Trek fan. I like to watch it. She's a big Star Trek fan, especially the original series. And the last time that we were in West Memphis at Daycare Kids Toys, I was able to find a vintage Mr. Spock and a vintage Kirk on card.
Wow.
Ego on card for her. So there you go.
Yeah, I love me some Migos. I have Kirk, Spock, and Scotty. And then when Mego came back, I have all of the Star Trek Migos, all the Planet of the Apes Migos, including the exclusive ones before who bought Tops out. Thank God I got the figures before they got bought out. That's highly illogical. Yeah, and I've been staying more towards vintage stuff too, but I've cut back a lot because, damn, sometimes the shipping is the same price as the damn figure, and I'm like,
shipping has gotten outrageously high here lately. The post office is charging far more than they ever used to charge for shipping, so it's kind of hard to get the. And then, of course, we found out that shipping toys from overseas, even from your friends, is going to be really, really difficult because that they used to say, okay, we're not going to charge any kind of tariff or whatever on items below $800. That's going away, folks. Everything's going to get some kind of duty coming into America. Hell, Australia Post is suspended sending packages to the United States. Canada Post is to do the same thing. It's going to get really rough, folks. And in my opinion, let it get real fucking rough, because when it does, the idiots up there will have to change that shit and go back to the way it was before. We got to quit that crap. Okay?
Yeah, because I used to get a lot of stuff from Master Replicas, and you said your wife loves Star Trek, and I used to get my Stargate, my Battlestar Galactica, and Star Trek from Master Replicas in the UK, and it was just a flat $15. So I can only imagine. You're right. Let it screw it up. And then they'll be like, "Oh damn, my wallet's empty now. We got to fill it back up." Oh, look at the
That new little
puppy.
puppy. Oh, hey, Jones.
Yeah.
Hey, Jonezer.
What's up, fellas? Yeah, I'm on puppy sitting duty. We had a unfortunate tragedy at the Jones house where we lost a dog, and so we did what people do. We grieved and we moved on. And so now, hey, be nice to him. He's picking on the older dog, and then she eventually lets him know she's had enough. But they're becoming friends. It's just taking a little while.
Hey, Joneser, Denise says, there he is, the man, the myth, the legend.
Absolutely. Bill is in the house.
No, she's talking about you, Dad. She's talking about you, Dad. You have been missed. I'll just say that, Joneser. You have been missed.
Yeah,
Now,
I've missed you guys too.
Yeah,
like I said the last couple of shows, Joneser's been out saving the galaxy, folks.
Trying one little planet at a time, but we are starting to get things in order, and hopefully, things will slow down and get back to the way they should be. One little bit at a time.
We'll see, but yeah, look, you take your time, you do what you need to do, and this will all still be here.
Oh, I appreciate you, Bill. I appreciate all you guys. But yeah, I wanted to pop in, say hi. It sounds like I'm enjoying the conversation between the two of you. So I'm going to duck out, chase this puppy, maybe put him back in the pen, and I'll pop back in later if you're still on.
See, if you would get a cat, see, I'm in the middle of two guys, and I'm a cat. See
I've
how
got
easy and quiet
3 cats in the house. Them 3 cats are evil.
I got one. He's not evil. He can be mean sometimes.
Jonezer. Let me tell you, my cat, one of my cats, freaking 2:30 every morning, wah, and she wants to be fed.
Oh
and
yeah,
she
they'll
wants
let you
me
know.
to hold her all the time, and I'm like, damn, and she starts meowing, and I'm like 8 inches away from your face. What are you doing?
Right. Or when they want to sit on you and they don't want to sit here or here, just right here.
Yeah.
Like that's pretty much where he wants to be.
Yeah,
they're little turds. We have 3 of them in the house. I didn't know cats could tell time, so we feed them in the morning and then we feed them at night, and they know exactly what time it is when it's time to feed them. They just know. I don't know how they know. I don't know if cats are born with watches or if they're just good guessers, but they know.
They have an internal clock, and it doesn't change when the time changes.
Right? No, they're on it.
They're on it.
They're on it. I'll tell you the difference between dogs and cats, and then I got to bounce. But the dog is like this. So you get home from work, and the dog is waiting at the door, and he's happy. He's wagging his little tail. Master's home. Oh, I can't wait to see Master. Oh, Master's going to pet my ears, and then Master's going to be a good thing. And the cat's looking at you and goes, feed me, slave.
Right.
That is the difference.
Mine sits there like this right here while I'm cleaning the box.
Right.
One last thing, Jones, before you go. One of my cats rides one of my dogs.
Oh, wow.
And the dog takes her everywhere she wants.
It allows it.
Yes.
Yeah, it just told you. It established dominance. It showed the dog who was in charge. And that's just what they do.
You know, like Queen of Sheba. Take me over to my food bowl.
Right. The other thing, difference between dogs and cats, the dog will lay next to your dead body and be sad. The cat will begin to eat you before you are cold.
Yeah, starting with your eyeball. Yeah, they will.
Well, I'll see you later, maybe. You guys take care.
It's nice to be on the stream with you just for a little bit.
It was nice to have you too, man. I'll let you guys keep chatting it up. I'll still be listening.
Okay, all right, brother. Well, I love your channel too.
I appreciate you. That's awesome. Well, you guys take care, and I'll keep listening.
Okay. All right, take care, Jones. We'll see you later. And that was the man, the myth, the legend, the eternally great big guy, Jonezer. Used to be Motu Jonezer. He's now Jonezer's Comics and Collectibles, I believe. But anyway, hey, go ahead there, Gap.
I was just saying, I think I remember he was showing a figure and it broke.
The Fangor. I remember when that happened.
Okay, yeah.
And Screw Your Feelings is in the house. I haven't seen him in a while. Hello and headlocks, everyone. What's up, Screw Your Feelings? Good to see you, sir.
I love that name.
Yeah, he doesn't give a shit. Screw your feelings. Ocean Breeze Salty says, nice to see you again, Jonesy. I miss everyone on Saturdays. We miss you too. One of these days you'll get a better shift at Walmart and you'll be able to come back in with us. And John says, I'm not late, I'm back. I finally just got home. Well, good, man. Good that you made your way back home. And of course, Mike Fee has joined us. He says, hello, I'm late.
Hey, Mike. I like Mike's channel too. I like the way he does some of his streams and stuff. Yeah, I like most of, I'm picky about who I watch and what I watch, and you guys are it for me, you know, because I've watched some people and I'm thinking you really got to pull your finger out your ass and, you know, get a better personality, or, you know, I'd rather watch a door hit a doorstop, you know, or paint dry.
Well, that means a lot. I appreciate that, and I'm sure Mike Fee does too. And Mike Fee needs to hear that kind of feedback too, because and I'm going to tell it, Mike. There have been some other YouTubers that have been very, very mean to Mike, and Mike needs to hear something other than what they've been telling him. And I've told him all the time, be yourself, Mike. Put your stuff out there. People will watch you.
Yes, and you know what, Mike? You know, F them, because when people attack you, it's because they're jealous and you're doing something a certain way that they can't do. And people always attack the good folks. So just remember you're a good folk, okay?
There you go. There you go. Absolutely. And Screw Your Feelings says, damn right, figuratively speaking. So, you know, figuratively speaking says that Screw Your Feelings is a true Gen Xer. Yeah. Well, that's the other thing that a lot of the touchy-feely Zoomers and people like that have against me personally, I know. And it's right there in the channel description. This is a Gen X channel. We are some of the hardened, don't give a shit generation. We grew up without parents. Our parents let us roam freely through the streets. They didn't give a shit where we were, as long as we were home before the streetlights came on.
And we had big wheels with no brakes.
And Mike B says, hey, Bill, thank you. And yes, I have, Bill, and I appreciate you. We appreciate you, Mike. And Mike Fee has been a channel supporter for a long, long time, and I appreciate him. And I don't know if you saw it earlier, but Susudio has been a channel supporter for a very, very long time as well. 26 months.
Wow.
That's over 2 years she has supported this channel. So there we go.
Yeah, and I wanted to say one other thing, sorry, but before I forget, is just because, you know, let's say for me, I don't drop in every time, does not mean I don't watch your streams or your videos or anything, because I do. You know, sometimes some people are like, well, I never see you, and they started, you know, ragging on me, and I'm like, look, I can do what I can do, and I can show up when I can show up. And, you know, I have an elderly mom, and I've got, you know, a damn herd of animals to take care of. And, you know, I do the best I can when I can. It doesn't mean.
Hey, anything that you do, I appreciate. Don't worry about what other people think. You've got your own life to live. And look, we can't live our lives on YouTube. I can't, even though I have a YouTube channel. Nobody can. Okay. And you can't watch everybody all the time either. So I understand that. I appreciate all the views I do get. And I know a lot of people watch me after I go off the air. They rewatch the stream, or they go back and watch the replay of the stream because they weren't able to be there when it was live. And I appreciate that. And, you know, we understand. Look, people got jobs. They got family. They've got things they got to do. Mike B's got to go cart kids around. He's basically the taxi cab driver for this lovely lady right here, Miss Jamie. And so you know, things happen, and we understand that here.
Yeah, I actually got ragged out for that, and I was just like, you know what, people, get live, you know.
Don't look. I would appreciate it if nobody here ragged anybody else out because they're either here or not here. There's reasons why people are here or not here, and I understand that. The Superman says those same people ruined me and feelings on things where it was literally not the same. I'm changing my name because one of those people are being a cheap imitation of me. It's very hurtful. Yeah. Yeah, I try not to let other people control my life. I control my own life. Fuck you and everybody else, and let me live my life, and you go live your life. And
That's right.
That's right. And OBS says, "Yep, I watch as much as I can, and I hit the likes on the vids." Yeah, that's another thing, folks. The algorithm has changed. The views don't count unless you interact with the video. I don't know if you knew that or not, but if you don't hit the like button or put some kind of something in the comments, yeah, or participate in the video in some kind of a way, the view doesn't count.
What the hell? What?
Yeah. If you watch some of the bigger YouTubers like Cody over there at Camelot 331, they're telling you this, and they're right, because you start watching those videos telling you about what's changed about the algorithm and stuff that even YouTube puts out. It tells you that they've done that. And Gojitron in the house, the monster himself. The black cat on screen is talking, and it's freaking me out, man. What was in those brownies I just ate? I don't know, Gojitron. But speaking of which, I want to shout out Gojitron. He has got one of the coolest channels on the internet, and he's always got something cool going on over there on the Gojitron channel. He's I don't know if you got the video about the Micronauts out yet, but I'm wanting to watch that. And I just got through watching that latest Isle of the Weird that you did. Good job, Gojitron. OBS says the YouTubies is assholes, and they don't send the videos even when you're subbed. That's true.
Yeah.
If you're subbed to a channel, that doesn't mean that you're going to get those videos in your feed every time they come out. The algorithm feeds you videos based upon your viewing activity. And that really sucks, because what if today you're doing research on one thing, but you're never going to watch that again after you do it? Well, for the next week or two, that's all that's in your damn feed every time you look at it. It's ridiculous, and it drives me nuts.
Twitter does that too. It drives me nuts.
Here goes Figuretively Speaking. Rag, 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 rag. Jonezer says, I'm learning as I get older that what other people think of me is none of my business. Go, man. Go. We are older than Google, but we're not the bigger person. Leave us the F alone. There you go. Hey, Alex. Black Phoenix 77 says, hi, guys. I just ordered the new Moss Man and a Turtles of Grayskull Mechanic. Cool. All right.
Nice.
Micronauts comes out tomorrow. Okay, cool. And I'm off tomorrow, so whenever that thing premieres, I'm going to watch it. I want the new Moss Man. Hopefully it sticks around. Congratulations, Alex. All right. Gojitron is good times. A perfect example of a guy doing his own style, his own way, and being himself. That's absolutely right. As a matter of fact, Gojitron is the master. And I learned by watching Gojitron's videos, not necessarily copying off of him, but learning how to do things. And people saying hello to each other there in the chat. So there we go. So the chat is caught up. And it's good to have everyone here. This is an old school afternoon delight, folks. We're just coming in, hanging out. If you want to hang out with me, go get on your laptop, turn your webcam on, put your mic on, and hit that link that's pinned up at the top, and you can come in and be part of the fun.
Well, I've enjoyed this. It's an hour and 15 minutes, and it flew by. I enjoy this. I'm glad you did this today.
Oh, I used to do this all the time back in the day, and it can be fun. And yes, the time will go by before you know it. And people love conversation when people are just having a normal, flowing conversation. I used to call it when Largo and I were doing it. I said it's just free flowing conversation, Largo. It just let it go. Just let it go where it goes. No script, nothing like that. Just let it flow out of your mind. And Jonezer says his presentation, his videos are entertaining and informative. Talking about Goji, yes. And Toys of a Time Gone By says, I'm a huge Motu fan. Although I like other stuff, the issue is collecting multiple lines is just too expensive. Yeah, I understand that. Well, Gap, I'm going to tell you something that I don't know if you realized this by watching the way I collect. You know, I said I collect some Marvel Legends.
Right.
You know, I collect some Black.
Right.
There's a reason for those things I'm getting, but I'm not after those types of brand new multi-articulation collector figures. I'm after stuff that tickles this little bone down here that makes me remember when I was a kid.
Yep.
Motu Origins did that for me because it was like collecting the original He-Man figures from when I was a kid, but with more articulation and have more fun with them, and you don't have to break them, and you don't have to worry about playing with a vintage figure that doesn't want to stand up because his little leg bands are all stretched out. But they're the same figure. As a matter of fact, I could pull the battle ram down. The original battle ram, and I can stick my Origins He-Man on here, and he can ride this thing.
Yep, that's cool. That's cool.
And see that's why I went for the Origins. Now, I'm not disparaging those of you who like the new Masterverse figures that are coming out, or that collected the ones that came out back in the day, the Motu Classics figures.
Mm-hmm.
I get why you're getting those figures, because now you have a modern collector figure of those figures that you loved when you were a kid. Not necessarily out for that. I'm out for a figure that reminds me of the figures I had when I was a kid. That's why I'd rather buy Superpowers from Todd McFarlane than buy his 7-inch figures, for real.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Because the Superpowers figures, they fit in with the Superpowers figures I've already got vintage. They tickle that itch that I have to relive my childhood.
Yep, that's like Space 1999. Remember that 3-foot long ship and the figures?
Man, yes.
I will never forget that Christmas. And my mom and dad got me the walkie-talkies that they had it, that they talk with on the show. I still have it to this day, and that you're right. I used to play with that thing for hours and hours and hours.
I always wanted that thing. I remember Space 1999. It came on TV here in the United States. It didn't last very long. I don't think but I remember
seasons.
I remember the toys though, and that spaceship, the Eagle or whatever it was called.
Eagle one.
That was what I wanted really bad one Christmas. Whenever got it, of course. But you could take it apart and you could put it together in different formations and all that kind of thing. Cool. Well, Gojitron says, I've tried being someone else once, but none of his clothes fit. There is our friend Figuratively Speaking. We'll see if his mic works this time.
Hello, Figuratively
Speaking. Hey, what's going on, Gap? How are you doing?
I'm doing good.
Last time I did this, I was in the other one, Restream. I was in Restream, and he never could hear me. So I guess it's working today. But we're in StreamYard today.
Yeah, I think that was also because I was using my mobile device too, Bill.
Yeah.
Right now I'm on my laptop. So
Jonezer is headed to the Jonezer cave. Maybe that means he may come back. We shall see. Jonezer says, we were discussing earlier about folks trying to do vids in a copycat Pixel Dan style, how it's better to be you in the video. I felt you were a great example of that, of being you in the video. Yeah, Gojitron is always Gojitron in his videos, and every once in a while he uses his atomic breath to just destroy everything. Toys of a Time Gone By says, I remember Christmas 1982. I got a bunch of Motu Castle Gray Skulls too. It was my favorite toys. Motu Origins makes me feel like I am a kid again. Absolutely.
Yeah, because those things were they're massive back in the day, and just like the Eagle One and the GI Joe stuff, and I had a chance to have that big ass GI Joe ship, and I just let it pass when I was younger. Now I freaking damn regret it because it's
Well,
like damn.
talking about Castle Grayskull. Castle Grayskull was probably one of the greatest play sets ever made, in my opinion, because it told a story. Every part of that play set was telling a story that you as a kid could recreate every time you played with it.
Mm-hmm.
You open the drawbridge with the secret lock. You go inside. You ride the elevator up to the top. You go into the throne room. The throne turns and you fall down into the pit of despair. I mean, it's just there's a story to be told. There's two towers, and I don't know if anybody knows this or not, but the towers have names. You have the Tower of Defense, and you also have the Watchtower or the Tower of Vigilance.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the tallest tower is the Watchtower because now you can see across the land and you can fly your flag there. The smaller tower has got a laser cannon on it. It's the defense tower for defending the castle. That's why the laser cannon is there. You have a flag. One way the flag shows that the heroes now control the castle. The other way it shows that the villains control the castle. The play pattern was made. Whoever designed Mark Taylor was a genius.
Mm-hmm.
The biggest thing for that, for me when I was a kid, and really still is today, like Castle Grayskull was very unique for a playset. When you look at some of the old school 1977 like rock formation playsets that they had or military things, they didn't really tell a story, but they were good for diorama purpose and play purpose. But Grayskull, like you said, Bill, it tells a very unique story.
I like the way Jonezer talked about the difference between Castle Grayskull and I'm starting to get a echo there. Anyway, I like the way Joneser tells the story of Castle Grayskull versus Snake Mountain.
Let me check my
So
mic.
in Castle Grayskull, the party is on the inside,
Yeah.
but in Snake Mountain, the party's on the outside. There's not a whole lot on the inside of vintage Snake Mountain anyway. Even the new Snake Mountain, I'd rather play on the outside than play on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, there's so much more to do.
Towards the time going by, asks an interesting question. Is anyone going to pick up the updated version of the Origins Castle Grayskull that has the playmat? I have that pre-ordered from Amazon. Yeah, I know. A lot of people are not because they've already bought Castle Grayskull. Why would they buy it again? And some of those people even went ahead and spent far too much money to get the damn spaceman to go in there by buying that Grayskull crappy set that they put out back to that money grab set for San Diego Comic-Con or what the hell ever.
Mysteries
But yeah,
Right.
yeah, this is the I think one of the last ditch money grabs that they're doing. So what are you going to get new in this? Nothing except the spaceman figure that was exclusive to the Mysteries of Grayskull set, and you're going to get Mark Taylor's playmat that should have been included with Castle Grayskull in the first place for Origins.
Mm-hmm. Totally agree.
But I got a pre-order on that from Amazon. I'm going to get it. I'm going to review it, and I may resell it or I may part it out, but I'm going to keep the damn mat. I do already have a mat. I bought that from the Power and Honor Foundation, but I want to see what Mattel's mat's going to be like. Then I can compare the two mats.
Yeah, for me, I already have it, but they're raising the prices on everything again. And
They
I'm
have
like,
to.
you know what? You really got to get down in my gut and bring me like Marty McFly right back to that moment. I felt that in my stomach. I was so damn excited. You know, my mom thought I was on drugs or something. You know, is it, shit's just getting too expensive.
I agree, but the problem is it has to get expensive because for the longest time it hasn't been profitable. And then, of course, this bullshit that's going on with the mail and the tariffs and all that is making it even worse. But prices will continue to go up, folks. And I did a couple of specials about that in the past. About, is this the off ramp? Well, for a lot of people it is, and for me, because Origins is coming to a conclusion, and because Superpowers is coming to a conclusion, it's more of a way for me to get back to collecting the way I did before I started going after all those Origins figures and after all those Superpowers figures. So I'm going to start collecting stuff like Legends of Dragonor, but I'm not going to collect them all, and I'm not going to bust my wallet doing it. I'll get what I want, and I'll get just the figures I want, and if they're no longer available, then I miss out. I'm not going to make FOMO rule the day here at my house anymore. I'm going to get what I want when I want it, not necessarily getting something simply because I'm afraid I'm going to miss out if I don't get it.
Right. And, you know, like the only thing that I want that just, I guess, recently came out is the Mythic Legion Skeletons.
Yeah.
4-pack. I saw somebody do a stream on that, and the articulation, and then took photographs and put it in Photoshop and animated it. That's it. That's something I would cough up some money for. But, you know, you're right. Collecting, I used to be like, oh gosh, I got to have all the set. I got to have oh my God, John or Steve or Bill or Susie got it, and I got to have it. I stopped doing that crap a long time ago.
Yeah. And with the prices the way they are, you get more selective on what you decide you're going to spend your money on. Now, Toys of a Time Gone By says he wants the Matt and the Spaceman, and I understand that. And he hopes the mat is going to be well made. I hope it's going to be well made too, but I don't think it's going to be any more well made than anything else. It's going to be a piece of cardboard with the design printed on it, and it may fold or it may not fold, and it probably won't last the time if you play with it too hard.
What I actually wish they did the mat with was, you remember the old vinyl poster type things that they used to do, like that would be great.
Mm-hmm.
If they were smart. Do you remember the Meagle Batcave and the Planet of the Apes set?
Yeah.
How they would have cardboard, but it would be surrounded by plastic.
Yes.
That's what they should do with this, and make it foldable so that it folds up like this. But they're not going to do that. Do you think the mat will be like some heavy type of rubber cloth print? No, it's going to be a piece of freaking cardboard, Jack. It's probably going to be. Let me find a piece of cardboard back here.
It's going to be as thick as a sheet of paper.
Or if you're lucky, it'll be as thick as a backing board for comic books. If you're lucky.
If you're lucky, yeah.
And Mike Fee says, exactly, Bill, I'm doing the same time. My collecting habits. Yeah, my collecting habits have changed greatly. And it's not just necessarily just because of prices. It's just all of this stuff at once.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You got lines that I was deeply invested in, basically petering out and ending. And no, for those of you who think that I'm saying that Motu Origins is ending, that's not what I'm saying. It's ended for me. I've got what I wanted. I'm not after the meteoroids or the rock men. I know Goji's after the dinosaurs. I hope he gets them. I'm not after the dinosaurs. The figures I wanted and the figures I wished I'd had, I have them now. And I told everyone, I said, when Rio Blast comes out, I'm pretty much at the end of things. Well, Rio Blast is here, and I got him. And I said I wasn't going to get Modulok, but I did. And then for those of you who think that I need to get Too Bad, no, I don't want Too Bad at all. So there you go.
Too bad.
Right. And Mask is one of those lines that is very, very too expensive. I was surprised. I'm not. Who is putting that out? Is it Super 7 doing the Mask stuff?
Oh God, who is it?
No. That's freak. They they've already done the strawberry shortcakes and stuff like that. Loyal Subjects.
Loyal
Okay,
Subjects.
well, you're talking about a smaller toy company. That means smaller runs at the plastic factory. That's why you got the bigger prices, because a smaller run means that the toy factory is not going to give them any kind of discounts on volume.
Right.
So, when Loyal Subjects, thank you there, Toys of Time Gone By, and might be Loyal Subjects. Okay. Our viewership is smart, and they know more than I do sometimes. So I appreciate that, guys. But yes, that's how that works. So you've got a minimal number that they have to make to get the plastic factory to even gear up the factory. So you've got to say, okay, I've got to make so many of these toys. And the plastic factory says, well, if you do a minimal order, we're going to have to charge you more, because now we can't make Tupperware in here, because Tupperware is where we get all our money from, not from making that crap that you have us make, that makes us have to paint shit and have to put shit together and have all this quality control. So that's why making action figures is so expensive. And then it's made in where? China, which means that to get it over here, now we got to pay all these freaking tariffs and shit. So yeah.
I wish we had toy factories in the U.S.
I would suggest that you go over and watch. Who's the guy that does the Action Force figures?
Oh, I know who you're talking. Yeah.
He did a video about why you can't make action figures in the United States and why they're all made in China. And I want to say McFarlane has touched on that before as well. And it's not what you think. The reason is because they've tried to. Let's gear up a factory in the United States to do it. Well, the factory's like, we don't know how to do that. We've never done that before. And then the cost would be so overwhelming, because you have to go through research and development. You have to teach the people how to do this. You have to make a bunch of scrap. Oh my God. China has had decades to specialize in this. Could it be done? Sure it could, but it would cost way more money than what it would be worth, I think.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Valaverse. Bobby Vala. Thank you.
Yeah, Valaverse. That's what, yeah. Well, Bill, I've got to get going, figuratively speaking. Nice to meet you on the stream. I've got to go feed the crew and start cooking.
Well, take care, man. I'm glad you came in and hung out with me today, man.
Yeah, I really appreciate it. And thank you so much for having me. I've enjoyed this immensely. This is what I needed today. And thank you very much for having me. And
well, you're welcome. You're welcome. And I hope you have a great day.
Yeah, y'all have a good night.
You do the same.
And that was Jump After Dark. Go ahead, John.
Touching on that subject, it's kind of how I feel like what I've been doing lately. It's like Mattel nor Hasbro's really put out anything that I would consider phenomenal. And I'm looking at these other companies, these smaller companies such as Jada, Jakks Pacific. They're a little bit bigger. They've been in the game for a while. But what they've been doing with like the action figures, like Simpsons is really made for that 6 to 14 age level, and or the collector. But it didn't have the collector in mind. It had the attributes of what I mean, 21 points of articulation in these figures. That's crazy, because like even the Jada toys from Street Fighters, those are like all 21 points. And it's just it's awesome to see what these smaller companies are doing. Like they make they make Hasbro and Mattel look bad for what these smaller unique companies are doing.
Toys of the Time Gone By says you have Spin Master doing really great figures for really reasonable prices. I was having a discussion with someone about Spin Masters, and they're like, "Oh, I couldn't stand the Spin Master Superman figures because of the articulation and all that." And I'm like, "Wait a minute. They're not made for you to be a collector. They're made for kids to sit there and do the bang 'em up play with." Hey, what's up, Jonezer? Good to have you back, man. He's in his Jonezer cave,
Hey,
y'all.
buddy.
But yeah, talking about Spin Master.
Sorry, I had to mute it.
You're okay. These figures right here, that Spin Master came out with, are absolutely the bee's knees, guys. And this is like a Star Wars figure. It has 5 points of articulation. And it is not made for a collector, not necessarily. It's made for a kid to play with. However, what kid is going to buy Superman the movie action figure? None. It's me. I'm going to buy it.
A 50-year-old kid will, Bill.
But the Spin Master said we can make some money too, and we know how to do it. And that's how to do it, folks.
Those figures are beautiful. I've seen them on the shelf at Target, and I got you the one. I've seen them since. Never the one you're looking for, though. You're looking for the Jarrell.
I got them all now. Here's the thing. I will put this out there once again on this stream. I've put it out before. Some of you may have missed it. Those figures right now will not come off the card. But if I get a whole another set, I'll take those off the card.
Gotcha.
So I'm after everything I can get my hands on. Do I have a Target near me? No, I have a Target 75 miles from me.
Well, I think
the last couple of times I've been there, there's been nothing for me to find there. But if you get me the stuff, I'll pay you for it. I'll pay you back for it. But if you get me, I would like to have as many. And if you don't worry about doubles. If somebody else has sent me a Superman and you send me a Superman, that's fine. I'm not going to argue. I love it. If I can get another set of those, I will open them.
What's funny is I've heard you talking about it, and I've heard other people in the group chat that were into them. And I was like, nah, I don't need those. They look like knockoff Star Wars figures for Superman. You know what I mean? Like, I was hating on them. But then I seen them sitting there in the package, and I'm like, all right, if I come across the whole set, I'll probably get it. But I'm not going to go into
Spin Master knew what they were doing. Yes, they're supposed to remind you of Star Wars action figures. They're the Superman action figures that we should have got back when Superman was in the movie theaters, just like the Star Wars figures.
That's pretty much how it landed on me. But one thing they're missing, and I want to say Cliffy pointed this out, where's the Clark Kent? They've got everybody else. Where's Clark Kent?
Maybe they'll do a wave too.
Well, then we better get Jimmy, and we better get Perry, and we better get the rest of the.
If they did, I would be all in.
And
all in. And Toys of Time Gone By says if he finds them at my Target, I'll get them for you. Hey, man, I appreciate that.
Did they have the 3 Kryptonians in the little circle thing?
They had General Zod, but they didn't have Ursa and Non.
There we go.
But they did it. They did another one that could do Ursa and Non. They could also do Lois Lane in a better outfit than that white one that they put her in.
Yeah.
And Clark Kent. We need Clark Kent. That would be great. And the Batman Forever figures were awesome. Yeah.
Now, was I the only one as a kid that thought that little cage that they were in was freaking ridiculous? Like, why didn't he just push that hula hoop out of the way and escape?
I did not understand the little square that they went into was the Phantom Zone. When I was a kid, I understand it. I understand the movie much better as an adult than I did when I was a kid. Now, there was too much going on in that movie for me not to like it when I was a kid.
Oh, I
But
love
there
that.
there were some things that broke my mind. One of those was the little two-dimensional square thing that they got thrown into, and that being the Phantom Zone. Yeah. To me, the Phantom Zone was another dimension that was kind of a bunch of spirits floating around.
Well, in their dimension, they're floating through space in a piece of glass.
I think they touched on it nicely in the newer movies, where it was basically a time portal where they got stuck in. I thought that was great.
I remember seeing it in the animated series in the 90s, and it was like a projector. So you had this big, like almost looked like a ray gun that shot a red beam, which would send you in or out of the Phantom Zone.
Well, back in the Silver Age and the Bronze Age, Superman had this sitting in the Fortress of Solitude, and this was the Phantom Zone projector.
There you go.
And it projected you into the Phantom Zone when it shot a ray out, and it could also bring you back out of the Phantom Zone. And of course, I got this to go in my Fortress of Solitude that I'm going to get from McFarlane Toys. That finally shipped. It should be here on Saturday. That probably won't be here until the following Monday or Tuesday. But it won't be Monday because guess what happens on Monday? It's Labor Day, and the post office ain't going to be delivering shit on that day. So yeah, that's how that goes. And everybody's wondering what I got. This is the Phantom Zone projector that you can buy. It is die-cast metal. It is done by runningpress.com, and it's available on amazon.com for a nominal fee. You can have one yourself. And what does it project? It projects Superman's symbol. I would have made it where it projected a picture of the Phantom Zone criminals floating, in the mist or whatever, but that's not what they did. It projects a Superman symbol. And this is what it looks like on the back and the side and the front. And on the front, you can see the Phantom Zone criminals right here.
Yep.
And it kind of reminds me of the die-cast bat signal that you can find that's out there. I've got one right here. Here we go. Kind of neat. So what you been up to there, Jonesy?
Been busy boy, but we're making some progress. I guess we're in the middle of a, for lack of a better word, a rearrange down here. Mm-hmm. So we're getting some out with the old, some in with the new, and we're moving things around. So I'm hoping the next time I see you guys, I'll be able to grab that little camera there and move around the room and you can see the magic. But for right now, you got to make it a little worse before you can make it better. And so right now it is chaos. There's boxes everywhere. Stuff's being moved around. Things are being sorted. We're trying to figure out what's for sale, what's for keeps. What are we doing? There's an air hockey table over here, which is another thing I'm getting rid of. Mm-hmm. All of the stuff that I'm either eBaying or putting in my little shop or whatever is on this air hockey table. It's full.
Oh, I can only imagine. Well,
there's still more.
Yeah, we're kind of doing the same thing here. My wife, in her infinite wisdom, Miss Paula, decided a couple of weeks ago that there was a chest of drawers that was in Sarah's old room that's now the sewing room. It's also the junk room, the rec room. I call it the rec room because it's recreation and rec is in a car wreck room. Shit everywhere.
This room.
So the chest of drawers invariably has to be in the far corner of the room with all this shit all stacked all in front of it. And we're going to dig this son of a bitch out. We're going to get it out and we're going to move it where? In here. And I'm like, what do you mean in here? There ain't no room in here.
Right.
So we spent the better part of like 4 days trying to move all that shit around, and it's still shit not back in place where it goes. But luckily, I have kept this part of the room free and like it should be looking. Now, what you don't see is what's on the floor underneath all this. So you're not going to see that. All you're going to see is the displays behind me. But yeah,
the end goal for this room is to make it a functional room, which right now it's not. You can't come in here and visit or look around or do anything because it's just a fucking mess. Pardon my French. Yeah.
Do all the figures still have both hands?
Currently they do, but we're moving stuff around. Well, speaking of throwing hands, the boxing stuff is over there, and I need to lose weight. I've been talking about it for years. It's time to stop talking about it, start being about it. So we got all the comic book boxes off the treadmill again because they keep somehow ending up back there because we don't have a good in-out system for inventory here. So we're working on that. So the treadmill's runnable, the boxing stuff's hittable, the weight bench is reachable. That room or that part of the room is, we're kind of working from one end to the other. So it's getting worse over here. It's getting better over there. And eventually it's all going to be good. And a lot of this stuff is going, there's a whole nother basement on the other side of this wall where most of that crap for sale is going. And that's going to be where the in-out inventory is. And what's left here with me and you guys will be the collection that's near and dear to my heart that I want to share on YouTube.
And Mike Fee, of course, is getting in on the action. This is, of course, channel lore, folks. If you don't know what it's about, you need to rewatch videos. Don't lose any hands, Jonezer.
I will do my best. Here, I've still got Dr. Octopus's.
There you go.
His fist angrily. Ah, you fools! You make fun of the great Dr. Octopus and his using of the hands. I crush you.
I crush you. I crush your head. All right. So Mike Fee says that him and Purvis got Jeff the Ecto Glow Ghostbusters for his birthday. That's pretty cool. Toys with Time.
That car he's been talking about for like 5,000 years.
The Ecto Glow stuff, no. That car he's talking about was something else. So it was like some special thing that had all kind of crap with it. But it's a Toys with Time Gone By was asking me if I was getting the Ecto Glow Ghostbusters. No, I'm not. I got the ones I wanted, which were the original Wave 1 Ghostbusters with their car and all the ghosts that came out. I got all that stuff. And it's still carded. Why is it still carded? Because I uncarded, I got all that vintage.
There you go.
And, there's their house that they live in. So, yeah, there you go.
I don't have any Ghostbusters stuff, and I don't want to buy any Ghostbusters stuff because if I buy even one,
there you go.
All over.
Down the little rabbit hole you go. I get it.
Well, I was good. So like I got my Ghostbusters in the package that Michael Purvis sent me, and I thought it was great because the Ecto Glow or the Ecto one that I have.
Yeah.
And
hang on. I'm sorry. We got some more bull crap going on here. Talking about Jeffy there, Target Boy. Isn't he the one that likes turtles? Yes, he absolutely loves them. Yes, indeed. Hasbro's going to have to make a new firehouse. I don't know if they will or not, but it'd be nice if they did, I guess. And of course, Mike Fee, he's laughing his ass off about all this bullshit. Yes. Target Boy loves him some turtles. He loves them to death. If you got some extra turtles and you want to send them to somebody,
don't do that. He won't want them. Send them to me.
send them to Jonezer. Yeah,
he won't want them. I'll make sure he sees them.
Jonezer, I'm gonna DM you about question about the pile you might have for sale over there.
Oh,
And maybe some
absolutely, dude.
items that are in
Yeah,
it.
I'm once I got it all spread out and figured out, dude, it's a lot. There's a lot. I'm doing a pretty hard cut here, you know.
Just a question: is there any Marvel Legends in there?
I don't think so, because that's like kind of a lot of the stuff I'm keeping, but I'll look. There might be. If they are, they'll be loose. It'll be loose ones, but they'll have all their hands. I was very particular about that. I got a lot of carded stuff sitting there in front of me right now. A lot of some of it's lyrics too, so we got to figure out what he wants to keep and what he doesn't want to keep. A lot of books and Pokemon, and some of them are comics I haven't gone through yet. So like, I don't know. Some of that I might keep. Some of that might go for sale. And I always got an eye for what my friends like too. So, yeah.
Well, Jonezer, you can help me out here because you're the turtle man in the house right now. Towards the time gone by says, Hasbro's not that one. Here it is. He says, I picked up that mutant module.
Oh yeah. Yep. I sold one.
And he says, I have the sewer layer on pre-order.
Same. I got the mutant module is probably right behind me. I don't know if you can see it. My thumb's touching it.
All right.
And then there's a Technodrome underneath it. I need to open both of those.
And Mike B says, ooh, comics.
Yeah, I do got a little gift going your way. I've got another one I'm working on for Mr. Westby there. And I've got one that Michael Purvis has purchased. And so I've got to pack his and send his out first because he's actually already sent me the money. But I do have a Santa Joneser's working a little early this year, But I find stuff that I know people would like, and I like to set.
Well, speaking of which,
in fact, this might be spoilery, John. I hope you don't mind. But do you? I just asking. Do you have any of the giant size stuff from the 70s, like giant size Fantastic Four, giant size Spider-Man, giant size Avengers? I can't hear you.
Can't hear you, John. Turn your mic back on.
You mean the real big books like my Superman versus Muhammad Ali?
No, but they're called that.
Oh, okay.
Like giant size X-Men #1, giant size Fantastic Four #1, giant size Spider-Man.
Yeah, they were giant size because they had lots of story in them.
It was a thick book.
I have none of those.
Okay, then I probably you will.
Okay, a couple things. I want to tell everyone that, including you, John, I've got stuff that needs to be sent out to folks, and I don't know if you guys heard this or not, but because of the way things are going at work, I've got tomorrow off and Friday off.
Does that mean the weekend off too?
I knew about it.
And I've got the whole weekend off too. But tomorrow I want to get shipping labels printed, get shit to the post office, and get y'all stuff out to you, including you, Mike Fee, because you're getting all that Superman, the movie stuff that I got that's not gold label. And you've got a cup coming, John, and I want to send something back to you that you sent me that belonged to you. And I appreciate you doing that for me, but I can't keep your book. It's your book, and I'm going to get my own book. And yes, I'll get my own, and I'll send you your book back. That book was sent to me when you didn't have any fucking money, and you had to send me your own damn book. And I'm going to put a certificate of appreciation in that book, and send that book right to hell back to you, man, along with that fucking Superman cup, which you're going to get it on my dime because you're such a cool guy and you're my friend.
I love this community, this little group of brotherhood. We all look out for each other.
Well, there you go. And then here's the other thing. Toys with Time Gone By says, one thing that I always wanted was the Fortress of Fangs. If you guys don't know what he's talking about the playset that was created by LJN for the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons toy line, the 3 3/4 inch toy line that came out back in the 80s. That had Strongheart the Paladin and Warduke the Evil Warrior and Ringle Run the Wizard and all those in it, okay? And NECA just got through re-releasing all that stuff. So I always wanted the Fortress of Fangs playset. It was in the JCPenney catalog. Mama ordered it for me, and they canceled the order because they took them all off the market suddenly. So that's a very, very rare and hard playset to find. And yeah, it's missing stuff if you found it at a reasonable price.
Give me a sec here. I got to answer somebody.
You're cool. You're cool.
Is that who made that?
LJN.
Was that the one that almost looked kind of similar to having like the snake?
It looked like a big monster head. It was green and it had two big fangs, but it was like a dungeon. And it had like a throne or something with a treasure chest and all that. Yeah. And it had traps for the characters to fall into and shit like that in it. Of course, Jonezer can probably hear this. Toys of Time Gone By said, Jonezer, are you getting the Pixel Dan book? And then, of course, Jonezer says, loved his Motu book, so probably. All right. So the only thing is I think there's only a few days left to pre-order it. Ooh. And Mike B says, this community is great, especially our weird group. Yes. You too, here we go. You too can be a member of the Weird Fantastic group if you become a member of the channel. With channel membership, you send me a DM over on the Instagram, and I will add you into the Weird Fantastic group.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, yeah.
If your membership expires, we'll probably keep you around anyway. Scaring a fish away. Sorry about that.
Weird Fantastic merchandise is available also on the Weird Fantastic store.
We've got a good group.
Yeah, we do. Bjorn Jorgensen says this community is okay, I guess. It's got a few weirdos in it, though.
One or two.
High praise from Bjorn.
The majestic tiger has spoken.
He has. Absolutely.
Well, what are you going to do with all your time, Bill? You had no time before. Now you have too much time.
Well, okay. Tomorrow I'm going to be printing out labels and taking shit to the post office. Friday, I don't know what I'm going to be doing, and I don't know what I'm going to be doing over the weekend. And I'm going to enjoy a nice weekend. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Tuesday, when we get back to work, the damn braze is going to be fixed, which means that parts are going to start flowing at a faster rate, which means that they're going to try to kill us because we're fucking behind. And we've got to catch back up again, which means that means 10-hour work days, even on Saturday. Get to work, you freaking Hebrew slaves.
To the hill, slave. Push that rock up the hill. It ain't going to just push itself up there. That's what you're here for.
Wow, you got merchandise too. Awesome. Oh, yeah, I've been having merchandise. Coffee cups, teddy bears. Hell, if you want a different kind of coffee cup, there's one with X-Ray Boy on it. You can get all this shit from the Weird Fantastic merchandise store, which you can get to with the links right below.
They're weird. I had coffee.
Weirdos like that 1998 Godzilla movie. No. That if you're talking about that movie had a character called Notzilla in it, okay? Because it was not Godzilla. If you're talking about the Roland Emmerich piece of crap movie, no. We don't talk about that movie here. And of course, Bjorn Jorgensen is showing the tiger majestic piece there. That's the greatest Godzilla movie ever. No, it's not. Ew.
I promise you it's not.
Toys with Tiger on Mouse says, awesome. I didn't know you had that stuff. I guess I need to plug it more often. T-shirts, mugs, teddy bears, all kinds of crap. Even hats. See the hat that he's got on that says Masters of the Mini Comics? There's a hat that says Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures on it on my merch store. And if you don't want to buy merch, you can at least send me a super chat. Because as they say, you don't get what you don't ask for.
That's true. Closed mouth does not get fed.
Like those old Godzilla movies from the 70s and 80s, those are the best Godzilla movies, in my opinion. The ones with a man in a suit destroying a little tiny replica of Tokyo. Yeah. I'm going to have to check out your store. Please do. Even Jonezer's got a coffee cup for me, although he drinks out of his own, I think.
Yeah, I got one. I don't even know if mine's still up.
Oh, it probably is. It doesn't go anywhere. It stays up forever unless you take it down.
Yeah, I think last time I checked, they raised the prices of the stuff when I.
Well, they had to. Guess where it's all coming from?
No
China.
way. No way. Really?
It comes from China.
So does that mean when somebody buys my overpriced coffee cup that they made some poor Chinese kid put the decal on the white cup?
Yes, indeed, my friend. That is what happened.
That don't make me feel very good.
I'm gonna get canceled for that. I just know it. But
nobody's. Don't worry about it.
I made a coffee cup of my channel, and they sent in a bag broken. What? That is sad, man. Don't no. My store sends all of its stuff in a nice package. It's not broken when you get it. You ordered a cup from me, didn't you, Jonezer? It came in a cool little package.
Fine.
Yeah. And friend of mine, Nightwing, he sent me some money and said that he couldn't order from my store for some reason, but he wanted a cup. And so I fixed him up with a cup and had it drop shipped to him.
So I'm a little distracted. I'm wheeling and dealing up there on my.
Well, Joneser, that's nothing new, dude. You're always distracted.
Right.
I'm more of a King Kong guy, says Bjorn Jorgensen. Let me catch up the chat here. You said I've seen that one. All right, here we go. I'm going to order one from you. Thank you. I appreciate that. As a matter of fact, I was so glad about 3 months ago, I got a little message from my little merchandise store that said, you have some money coming to you. And I'm like, oh boy, money. I must have sold all kinds of merchandise. I got a whopping, I think, $2 or $3 from my merch store.
What'd you spend it on?
I stuck it in the bank with the rest of the money that I'm saving up for freaking
with the other dollars he's got.
Yeah. Well, every time somebody gives me like a $2 super chat here, YouTube takes their 30%, a pound of flesh out of it, and they give me whatever's left over.
Oh yeah, as a guy who sells comic books and toys on eBay, I completely feel your pain. They take a good freaking 15% bite, I think, and then the tax man comes, and then the fees and everything goes through, and then by the time I got what's left, I still got to ship it with that money.
Yeah, it happens that way. All right, let's see here. I am going to have to take a break and look. I'm on the StreamYard thingy, and there are no commercial breaks over here anymore because I don't pay for this anymore. So while I take my little break, you guys are going to have to entertain the folks. Can you do that for me?
No,
absolutely.
I appreciate it, guys. I'll be right back.
I've never done this before. How do we entertain ourselves online?
I forgot.
Yeah, me too. It's been so long since I've actually done a video myself. I need to get back at it. I need to get back on the horse. You know, it's been a rough year, and I've been feeling tired and uninspired, and I just didn't want to film anything, didn't want to do anything.
Well, like, I got all these new toys downstairs, and I haven't done a video since I think the last one I did was a Street Fighter toy. So I want to go through some of my Simpsons stuff, and I've had plenty of time. I've just been like, screw it. Now I don't feel like doing a video. And I know, like, when I first started my channel, all I ever did was lives.
Yeah,
And then I figured out how it screws with the algorithm, and it still does today. Like, I don't really do lives as much, but in fact, I don't think I've done a live in almost a year.
I've only done a handful. I haven't done a long form video since August of last year. So it's been a whole year since I've done an actual long form video or tried to film something and edit it and do anything. I have done a few lives. I either play the video game or just dork around with my toys.
I hope not.
I do need to record Dick Tracy 2. I've promised that, and I haven't done that. Part of that is this rearrange, though, because I can't get at my things. I don't know where half of them are. I'm not organized. When I first started this room, I had big plans for it. There's a big shelf behind me that was supposed to be empty, and that was where I was going to set my backgrounds and film. And it's basically got covered in toys and inventory and never got uncovered. Quick, talk about right hands. I'll give you a right hand.
Start singing, Jonezer.
That was tempting.
I'm going back through this because all this happened while I was out of the room. I haven't felt like making yet.
Did Ric Flair die?
I think that's a hoax. I'm looking at it right now.
Okay.
No, I don't think Ric Flair's dead yet. Hogan died, though, under mysterious.
Well, they're saying it out there. That's why we're wondering.
I haven't felt like making videos lately. Well, don't. If you don't feel like making them, don't make them. Because if you do make them when you don't feel like making them, it's going to be bad, real bad. And people will know that you didn't feel like making it, and they won't watch it.
And I can say without a doubt that when Jesus, lost my thought here.
Cody Shrine says he wants a dick video, Jonezer. Tracy, that is.
You're gonna get one.
I tried to do a few lives, and I literally get like 4 to 5 views and no interaction. Look, here's the thing. All right, let me answer this real quick, Jonezer. I know I'm talking over you, but
you're fine.
Okay, here's the thing. How many views did I get when I started doing my lives? Take a guess, guys. How many views did I get when I made my first live?
4 or 5?
4 or 5. No, I got 1, and it was from Rollo. Okay?
Quality, not quantity.
Well, there you go. Here's the thing. Keep doing lives. Keep doing lives. The people who watch your live will come back and watch your next live if you're entertaining them, if they like what they see, and they'll bring more with them. The more you do, the more you get. Look, I've only got 13 views so far, but guess what? This video right here has done better than most of my live streams, late nights, and my Sunday hangouts. And I'm looking at the analytics right now. The viewership has stayed pretty much the same, about 12 to 13 viewers throughout the whole thing. Now, when viewers leave and come back, that counts as a second view. So I'm going to get a lot of views out of this. And most of the people are staying
4 times.
Yeah. So, so don't worry about your 4 to 5 views, and you will get interactions eventually.
Well, here's the thing, and it goes right along with what I was just trying to say. When I wasn't feeling like making videos anymore, it felt like work to me. It didn't feel like fun. It felt like, oh, I have to set this up. Oh, I just got this action figure. I have to review it. Oh, it's hot now. This is the one everybody's looking for, and I got one. I really should hurry up and put that video out. It'll get more traction. And I just started thinking about it like work. Now, I didn't come into this for it to be a second job. I really didn't. It was supposed to be a hobby. I never expected to get an income stream from this, or I never expected this to be my gig. What I was really hoping for when I first did this, my wife did not give a crap to hear me talk about my comics or talk about my toys. And so I needed somebody to say it to that wanted to hear it. And I found you guys. You're welcome.
Yeah, and that's the same here. And by the way, Bjorn says that he was there in the first live. I think he's correct. It may have been the first or the second that I did. I can't remember, but yes, he's been here since the beginning, and so is Rollo. Not the beginning of the channel, the beginning of me actually doing lives and stuff like that. Which, when I talk about the birthday of the channel, there's two birthdays. There's the actual, when I created the channel before I called it Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures, back when it was called Mr. W.A. Thompson. That was way back in 2013. And it was just a repository of a place for me to put Sea Monkey videos for my Sea Monkey blog, which eventually became Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures, which eventually became a Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures YouTube channel, which then eventually became something that I was trying to monetize. And that happened 4 years ago. So I've got the 2013 birthday and the 4 years ago birthday. The 4 years ago birthday is the one that I think really counts.
Yes, that's when you were putting your best foot forward.
Correct.
No,
I'm back and better than ever.
Kate.
Hey, Kate. It's good to see you.
I guess it was clickbait. He's alive, health problems though. He's got skin cancer. Yeah. Talking about Ric Flair.
I would say I wasn't floored or surprised when they were saying he died. I'm like, well, we'll be hearing that soon. You know,
eventually we are going to hear that sooner or later, hopefully later. But Toys of a Time Gone By says you definitely have that passion for it. I guess he's talking about you, Jonezer.
I love this stuff. I was a fan first, and that's, to be honest with you, some of the most fun I've had on YouTube is our late night chats that nobody gets to see. You know, when we're just being ourselves and talking to each other and showing off our goods.
You too can be a member of those late night chats. If you become a member of Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures, DM me over on Instagram, and you will get a special link to those Google meetings that we have late at night sometimes. And then you too can join the group and have fun. Sorry about that. I had to do a
no, you're fine. But that's 100% of what I got in the game for. I wasn't trying to be the next. What was funny is I think the first time I got a shot in the arm being on YouTube, I was watching comic book mystery box unboxings. And this was 2020, I think, everybody's in their attics, and the comic book mystery boxes are the big thing. I was addicted to these videos, and they're a bit of a scam. You find out later that, you know, some of the reputable ones had prizes and hits where people would pull them, but other ones you saw, like certain YouTubers would get the prize so they make the video better. And I felt kind of like, you know, but anyway, my first video I did was my wife recording it. You can hear her making fun of me, and I'm doing a comic book mystery box, and it's horrible. I have no personality. I suck at this. I don't know what I'm doing. And I did a couple of them. Then the Motu Origins came out, and I did a video or two of that. I think I might have had 10, 15 subscribers. Like, videos would come out, they'd have like 3 views. Like, that was like me and my 2 kids watching it. And what happened, this guy, Rod the Rican, I'm going to shout him out a little bit. Good guy. Didn't know him from Adam. So I don't know how he found my stuff, but he gets a hold of me and he says, hey, I'm going to shout you out on my channel. If you can come on, you get subs. At this point, I didn't know what a sub was. So I didn't know what he was talking about. I didn't know how to go on camera or be on camera live with anybody. I'd never done that before at that point. I was recording my own stuff on a cell phone. So when I said, dude, that's awesome, I can jump in on the chat or whatever. And he's like, yeah, that's great. I got another guy who's going to come on live. And anyway, they shouted me out. And I went from like a whole 10 or 15 subscribers to a whole 20 subscribers. I thought I was a hit. I'm the big dude. There are 20 people watching me. I'm awesome. This is cool. And probably, I don't know, a year from there, I run into Adam, Radical Toys, and he, we become friends and we get talking on Instagram. He does my intro, and and as you watch these videos from the very beginning, they're freaking hard to watch. And then you can just see this curve as you're starting to get better. You're starting to learn how to edit better, or how to timing. Quit trying to be like Pixel Dan and do your own thing. Quit doing the comparison time or the art. You know what I mean? Like, try to find your own style and your own thumbprint in it. And over the years, it gets a little better. And then I run into this weird build guy. He's on with this grindhead guy. And I'm watching them and I'm chatting on the phone in the living room, and my chats are coming on the TV screen, and my wife's just tickled to death by that. Are you talking to those guys on the TV? And I'm like, yeah. And then I think Bill says, hey, Jonezer, you should come on. I want to talk to Jonezer. And I was like, I don't know how to do that. And they like walked me through live how to like get the app and put it on your phone. And, and I literally like from my living room, like, hi. So it was pretty neat little learning curve. And then I don't think it was too long after that I would come on as like a guest on Bill's lives. And then blink twice after that, I'm sitting in Largo's chair. I was like,
yeah, well,
fast.
Yeah, things happen fast, and your channel was sitting at like 300 or 400 subscribers. Did you ever get your 500?
No, I'm just south of 500. I think I'm floating around 450 or something. I imagine if I jump back on, I'll get to like, hey, we remember you, Rush, and but I need to find a video I want to do and do it in a way. And I've got all this new computer editing software and better ideas of how to do it. I'm sure if I came back on,
you will. But like Mike P says here, he said, I had to reset and remember to just have fun making a video. What you told me was you weren't having fun.
That's exactly it. And that's exactly it. I lost what I was trying to be in this, because what I was trying to be in this was not a guy who cares if he has 10 or 12 subscribers or 500 subscribers. I just wanted to be a guy talking about my stuff with people who wanted to hear it. And if that was 10 people or 500 people, I mean, obviously the more the merrier. But I do think if your channel gets too big, and you've seen this happen to people, that it loses that community and that smaller setting with it. Because I'm watching my son. He's watching this guy. If I can remember him, I'm going to shout him out. I think it's Queso. He's a real big YouTuber. He's got like probably millions of subscribers. But when you watch him in his chat's going across the screen so fast you can't even see it. And my son's sitting there like, oh, look at my comment went on there. And I'm like, buddy, that looks like.
Here's the thing. If you want that YouTuber to interact with you, you have to send him a super chat. Otherwise, he's not going to see it at all.
That's exactly what and then when this guy's interacting with his audience, and again, I'm not knocking him. He has no ability to turn around and look at it and go, hey, Jeff, what did you think about this? He's just going, chat, what did you think about that? Chat, tell me what to him, they're chat, because there isn't any single person in there he's talking to.
Yeah.
He can't.
It gets like that when the channel gets big. And there's nothing that YouTuber can do about it, because it's just.
No, he's doing the best he can. But it's like when I was watching that, it almost irritated me, because I'm like, man, when you watch us, like we actually like talk to the people and like, let them know.
That's because we have about 20 or less watching us always.
Yeah, we can do that. So sometimes those little smaller settings have a certain advantage that the bigger ones don't, but I never wanted to do YouTube and think, how many subscribers do I have? How many views did my video get? And it got that way to where you're just obsessing on it. You're on the app, you're looking at the things, and I just kind of went, I don't need this. I need to come back to this with the same energy I came into it in the first place. Was I just want to talk about my stuff with my friends. That's all I want to do. I don't care if anybody watches it or 1,000 people watch it. I'm doing it for me and to share.
Yeah, that's
as much
the way I do.
Well, I'll let you talk in a second. I want to get this off my chest. As much as I sit here and beg for super chats and tout my merch, which is for sale, by the way, and tout my memberships and all that, I'm not really making any money off that. It's very small amounts of money. And if I wasn't enjoying myself doing this, I wouldn't be here. And that is the main thing. Go ahead, John.
Well, I was just gonna say, it's funny that I've been in communities before that seemed great at first and watch them fall apart from the inside.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've seen communities that are just so strong knit together that help one another, like how we do. We're thoughtful of each other. If somebody asks for some sort of a suggestion, oh, hey, well, go check out, have you done anything with AI? Go check out Chat GPT. Whatever. I'm trying to figure out how to do some music. Oh, go to Suno. Go to things like that. I mean, if it weren't for a lot of you guys, Bill, you especially have helped me with a lot of things with my channel, with rolling OBS and stuff like that. And I truly appreciate it. Thank you very, 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 very much.
No, it's
thank
neat
you.
to learn those little techie wizardy tricks, how to, put like I still got to have Bill show me how to run a overlay. I still don't know how to do that. That's basic YouTube.
You gotta have an image editing software first, but
I've got that.
Then you make a transparent PNG file with the shit that you want to be overlaying stuff, and then put it into OBS in front of you, where you have your cam. You put it in front of it. It's layers. Once you learn layers, then you learn how to do a lot of things.
No, I've got Canva and Filmora Wondershare for editing software. So you saw probably too at the last couple videos I did, I was being able to do some fancy little tricks that you see a lot of people do with little animated subscribe comes by and the little bell rings and the thing clicks, and like they had all those little widgets or whatever they are in there. And what was neat though is it made it easy for someone to just cut and paste and clip those little things in there. But the thing was that software is not free. You had to buy it,
And see that's another thing that a lot of viewers of YouTube don't understand about the YouTubers. Why is this guy constantly asking for money? Well, because he's got to pay lots of money just to get his shit on the air and make it look halfway decent.
No, that's true. Camera, microphone, editing software, the toy itself, and if you did anything as far as like making the background, your time, there's a lot. And you can see videos that are well produced, and you can see which ones where somebody just threw something out there. And both of them have their own kind of charm. I kind of loved my early guerrilla YouTube days where I just had the little camera and the toy, and I was just me and that was all. I didn't.
That has a charm to it, Jonezer, and there's people like me who like to watch that. I remember your comic book mystery days. I used to watch those videos.
I did enjoy buying those and doing those, but the thing was the companies that I was using had some legitimacy. I was using what was the one in Vegas? but he had it on his website where they would show who won the book, and they'd have a picture, so you knew it was being given out.
Yeah,
it was happening. Another one was, I think it was called That Spider-Man Booth, and that was the first couple I got. And there was a guy, God, I can't remember his name. He's a big YouTuber too. He's transitioned to like storage lockers and Amazon return pallets, but he does good stuff. But he would win the prize once in a while or have a good box. But then he famously, once the word started getting out that these were turning into kind of scams where they're just harvesting money and they're not giving people proper value for the box. The guy bought there was like a banger box, like the high end box. I couldn't buy it, I think he bought 5 of them and opened them up, and they were brutal. Like barely getting your money you spent on that, and a bunch of books that you don't want, you're going to sell. And it was brutal. And he gave him a scathing review on his video. And I remember watching that and going like, I think comic book mystery boxes are dead. And it wasn't too long after that. I always had good instincts about where things are going. And when I saw that, I'm like, these are dead. And that was when I transitioned to some Motu Origins more, I'm
going to try to catch up the chat real quick, if you don't mind, Jonezer. Toys of a Time Gone By says, you have a great name for your channel, Bill. Well, thank you. It evolved from, I think originally it was Bill Sea Monkey Blog. And Kate Van D is back with us. It's good to see you, my dear. Superman says, yeah, there's also this wild guy that sounds like Hulk Hogan, brother. I was listening to him the other night on the Google chat. So, yeah, I know that guy. My oldest toy video was nearly 10 years ago. I was reviewing my vintage toys. I'm going to have to go back and start watching some Toys of a Time Gone By old videos. That's what we need to do one night there, Joneser. Bjorn Jorgensen says, I get anxious when I know people are watching me. I do too, and I still do. I just hide it a lot better now that I've been doing it for a while. And it really helps that I had joined Ring 16 in Memphis, which is the Magicians Club for the International Brotherhood of Magicians. I am an amateur magician, and one of the hardest things to do is to perform a magic trick live for someone standing right in front of you. But once you get that out of your system and you're able to do it, it helps with your presentation and online doing stuff like this. And you can watch my first videos. I had a progression where I had to get my voice before I could actually start sounding the way I do now. And Jonezer probably watched that progression back in the day.
100%. And I would also say it's a different animal because I was always in performing arts. So I was a drummer, singer, songwriter in the school plays and stuff, and in front of people. But that's a whole different thing than filming your video and putting it on YouTube and trying to be entertaining in that setting. That was a whole learning curve for me.
Well, I can tell you for a fact, those of you who have aspirations for doing this, cutting a video, editing it, and putting it online is a whole different animal from going live.
Yep. Because you can make mistakes on your cutted video and you can edit the mistake out. We've been live a few times and I've lost my train of thought mid-sentence and just been, and one thing that's good to having a dancing partner like Bill, he'll recognize that and he'll segue into something else to save me.
He does the same thing for me, which is one of the reasons why we work so well together. And to be honest with you, and Largo, I love you, brother, but this guy here has done a hell of a lot better job than you ever did with me. Love you though. Don't get me wrong.
To be fair, I got luckier because we had way less technical problems.
That's true.
In the Largo days, the technical problems were almost insurmountable. So I actually tip my hat to the two of you because even the technical problems we've had, I was like, "Fuck, I don't know how Jim did this." You know what I mean? It's
been rough, and that's the other thing that you have to remember as a YouTuber: you cannot quit. You have to keep pushing. You have to keep pushing. You have to figure out the problem and overcome it. Now, here's another one. I hope Adam comes back soon. I haven't seen any videos from him. Adam is taking a break, and that I understand. I've done it too, and Jonezer's been doing it for the past year. It's called a mental health break. Your mental health is affected by this. I didn't realize this. I used to think to myself, oh, those pussies. No, this really does affect your mental health. It affects your life. It affects your family. And Jonezer knows this, and I know it too. Your family comes before this bullshit ever. 100%. Always. So, you can't let that happen. All right. Next. Apparently I'm a pea brain. I don't know why you think that. No. Yeah, exactly. Mike P says, I got wrapped up in worrying about subs and views and it got boring. So I had to reset. Like I said, subs and views. Yeah, you need to worry about them, but they don't need to be what concerns you all the freaking time. And John used to tell me all the time, Bill, you need to quit looking at your analytics every day. You need to quit looking at your analytics every day.
I know. I was trying to prevent him from going down this rabbit hole that comment had up there. And that's the thing. And I was just as wrapped up in it as he was. I was pretending that I wasn't looking at mine in the same. It's there. You're looking at it. You're doing it. And if you're doing this at all, making videos, you want to be successful at it. You want to look. Are you trying to grow? Are you trying to fall? Are you trying to fail? You're trying to go up. So I get it, but like the thing is, it does become all consuming, like a mental health thing, to the point where like you look at these girls on Instagram in high school, and these girls will compare like, oh well, my friend Marjorie, she had 4,000 likes on her thing, and I only had 2,843. Like, really? Like, so you're comparing your self-worth to this other person on this number that neither of you
every YouTube help channel that I've ever watched, and some of them are good and some of them are bullshit and some of them are scams, but there is a good one out there, and I will shout them out. It's called vidIQ. If you're not subscribed to them, subscribe to them. They've got good videos and they got good help on there. And one of the big things is do not compare yourself to other channels. And that's in life as well. Don't compare yourself to other people. That is a way to make yourself very depressed. Now, Toys of a Time Gone By says, right now I have 675 subscribers, and I've been on YouTube for about 14 years. Dude, I was on YouTube for 13 years before I ever did anything significant with this channel. And the only reason that this channel actually got any traction was because I made a freaking He-Man video with my Origins collection.
That's how I found it.
And that video got 20,000 views within 2 or 3 days. And I thought to myself, that's pretty neat. And I told my son-in-law, I said, look, I got 20,000 views. He said, you ought to really try to make a YouTube channel. Try going live. I said, nobody's going to watch me. He said, you never know.
It's true.
So
no, you'd be surprised.
Keep pushing. Look, you got 675 subscribers. You can monetize right now.
You can? I thought you had to be 1,000.
No. At 500 subscribers, as long as you've got was it 3,000 watch hours, you can.
That's the bugger right there.
Now you're not going to get ad revenue. You're not going to get ad revenue till you get to 1,000.
We have a guy we know. I'm going to leave him nameless because I don't care for this guy. But he's got like 10,000, 20,000 subscribers and probably 4 minutes of watch hours.
Yeah, well, see, there's a reason for that.
But it's like, okay, so you got half of it. But the other half that you don't have is killing you,
Well, here's the thing, folks. All right. So you can have tons of subscribers and nobody watch you. There's a reason for that. I won't go into that, but there's a reason for that. And then you can be like me back when I was trying to monetize. I had my watch hours. I had the watch hours all along. If you remember, Jonezer, it was the subscribers that I needed. I was hurting for the subscribers. but people were watching my lives, and that's where I was getting all my views from.
Yep.
And Bjorn Jorgensen says, I'd be happy if 10 people watch me. Hell, I got 12 people watching me, and I'm happy. So, yeah, it's been about between 10 and 15 the whole time that we've been on the air. And we've been on the air for almost, over 3 hours now. Oh, no, 2 hours and 35 minutes, excuse me. Nearly 3 hours.
I must have a different clock.
Yeah, you got. I was thinking of something else. Here we go. Toys of time gone by. In the beginning, I didn't do many videos, and the channel name was different. Same here. The videos that I did do were videos of sea monkeys swimming in tanks that I would put on my blog so that the people that were watching the blog could see the video. I didn't understand how it all worked. It was just a repository of videos.
Right. I was Mo2 Jonezer, and that was because when I made the name for the thing, I never thought I would be making videos. And then I couldn't figure out how to change it, and so I leaned into it.
Well, here's a man. This is interesting. Gojutron says, I can honestly say I don't give a damn about subscriber numbers, but if anybody watches and likes, it's cool. But I do the videos mostly for me, and that's good advice.
Well, then you can't get all worked up if the numbers aren't what you want them to be. You know what I mean? And that's what I think happens.
I don't know if you know this, but he monetized for a minute there and decided that he didn't like being monetized, so he demonetized himself.
There you go. He didn't even want to mess with it. And
he's doing this for entirely for himself. Now you watch these YouTubers that do the self-help videos on how to do a channel, and then they tell you you need to find a niche and you need to make the videos that your niche likes and blah 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 blah. If I did that, I would probably do a lot better than what I'm doing, because I'm basically doing what Goji's trying to do, and I'm making videos that I want to watch about stuff that I like, that I'm passionate about.
Right.
And my niche is toy community, which is, look, I love you guys, but it's one of the hardest communities to get money from ever. You know why? Because they're buying freaking toys. Yeah.
The same with the comic book community. They don't got money for your channel. They're trying to save up for that Hulk 181 they want, or they're saving or spending.
Yeah, and of course you answered him. Now I'm going to tell Jones or something, and he's already heard me tell him this before. What you need to learn how to do, Jones, in my channel and in your own channel, is if somebody says something in the chat, you need to call their name out so they can hear their name on the air and answer them on the air, because that gives them this little I'm special feeling in their heart, because they are special. When you answer them in the chat like you just did and you don't call their name out, it's okay, but then on the rewatch that might not get shown or said.
I get you. Yeah, that makes sense. I'm kind of an in the moment guy.
I understand that. And look, it's okay to interrupt me to talk to somebody in the chat like that. Just letting you know, this is a learning moment, folks, on how to get people to enjoy watching your show and come back. And that is being called out and talked about live on the air. Like your wife said, are you talking to those guys? Yes, I am.
She got a kick out of that. It was funny. She's like, you're talking to the guys on the TV. That's cool. And then what's funny is after doing the show for a couple years, is like she doesn't get as much of a kick out of it now.
Yeah, same with my wife. Same with my wife. I used to give people super chats just so that they would call her name out, and she would go, "Are they talking to me?" Yes. Now it doesn't mean shit to her. So I understand. What is it? It's not special anymore if it happens all the time.
Right. That's just it. Well, the thing is too, she appreciates this community, this channel, and all the things that come with it, because then she don't have to hear me say it. She doesn't care about these toys or these comic books or all my nerdy shit. She could give a crap,
Oh, yeah, that reminds me.
Occupied, but she don't want to hear about what I think about it.
I was doing a video opening up Modulock the other day, And I rewatch my videos. It's kind of like football players rewatching their football games. Jonezer understands what I mean by that. But I'm rewatching the video, and my wife's in there watching it, and I pulled out Modular, and she goes, "That's the stupidest thing I've ever seen in my life." And I'm like, "Yeah, it probably is, but it's kind of cool. We can mix and match this stuff." And he goes, and she's just shaking her head. So yeah, even though my wife does collect a few toys, she don't get some of the stuff that I like to do. And same
well,
thing.
the one thing too, though, is like you were saying, your wife's a Trekkie, so there's some overlap. There's some things that you like that she likes. Maybe she doesn't like the same thing you like, but she likes something like it. Where me and my wife kind of run into the same gambit there, where she likes doing the antique stores and the vintage thrifting. And guess what? They've got old toys and old comic books at those places. So I like going too, but we like looking at different things. So we'll kind of split up. But what's cool is she knows who she married. And so if she's over in the little corner and she sees a little box of comic books, she'll take a little picture on her phone and send it to me. I don't know what corner of this store you're in, but you need to be over in this one. You know, and we help each other out. Or I remember I saw this freaking bird cage. And I was like, I might as well just put it in the car. Because as soon as my wife sees this, this is coming home with us. And I don't know what she wants with a bird cage. We don't even have a freaking bird. You know, but I know she's going to put a plant in it or a lantern in it, or she's going to do, I could see the whole thing. And as soon as I turned around, she saw that bird cage. Oh, there's a bird cage. And I was like, yeah, I just bought it. I knew as soon as I saw that freaking thing, it was going in the truck.
Let me catch up more on this chat here. Gordon Jorgensen says, "I always help when I can." He always has. He's a good toy hunter. He is. Oh, we used to call him, if I'm not mistaken, he was a bounty hunter for toys. Kate Van D says, "My OG lyrics with AI music is booming." There you go. Toys of Time Gone By says, "I don't know how to put chats on the screen." Well, if you're using StreamYard, it's extremely easy because the chat's over here and you just click on it and it goes on the screen. If you're doing it from OBS, you have to put this little plug-in in your browser called OBS Ninja or Chat Ninja from Steve over there with Video Ninja. He does this chat plug-in. And that doesn't, but it don't always work right. And sometimes it quits working halfway in your show and you got to refresh it and do all this crap. But there's ways and there's ways. Kate Van D says, "I've got almost 15 songs now." There you go. Gojitron says, "I don't live stream though. That's too much time and work." Okay. Live streams are easier than cutting videos, in my opinion. But there you go. For the one man's junk is another man's treasure. Let's see here. I don't think I'm interesting enough for a full live. Yes, you are. You just don't know how interesting you can be. Thank you. I never shared my lyrics before. I think you've shared them with me, and they're pretty cool. I'm not big on AI, but as a hobby, to be able to listen to productions of my songs is really fun. Yeah, it can be. Figuratively speaking, John down there does that all the time. Thank you, Bill. I hope you enjoy them. Well, you're welcome. And Jonezer is 100%. Kevin D says, "I'm thinking about starting live streams in 2026. Well, there you go.
That would be awesome.
You can't edit a live. No, you cannot.
You can later.
For me, I juggle my IG food page with hobbies versus content creator. How deep do I dive in? Well, you've got a pretty good thing going over there on Instagram with the food and the podcast that you do. You need to continue doing that, in my opinion. I think that's where it's at. So now, John, you say you only look at analytics once a month now?
Yep. That's when I get that email.
Joy. Yeah, that's true. Joey Jorgensen says, "Comparison is Steve Joy." We said don't compare yourself with other people on other channels. Yeah, that's Kate Van D says, for the views, it's quite sick nowadays. Good channels with good following will do good numbers. Bjorn says, the most views I got was a short that got over 1,200 views. There you go. That's not bad numbers, really, for a small channel. YouTube changes the rules almost every month, it seems. The game is inside. YouTube changes the rules constantly. And not only that, but the rules don't apply to everybody. And we already found that out, right? The rules for thee, but not for me, and all that kind of bullshit. It goes on all the time here on YouTube. And some channels can get away with putting shit on there and never get a content ID. Some channels will put the same shit on their channel, and they'll get knocked off the air.
Oh, dude. I had a friend get put in Facebook jail for sharing a thing. And I'm like, how'd you get put in jail for sharing a thing you found there? And sure enough, we found all the different pages that had the same thing up. And we weren't banned. I was like, well, I'm going to try it. And so I shared it. Nothing happened to me.
I don't get it. But see, the thing is, all this stuff is not happening because a person is viewing this. It's because an AI is viewing it.
Either that or someone reported you and they just guilty until proven innocent.
Towards the time gone by says they don't have the watch hours. I'll tell you a secret on how to get watch hours. Start live streaming. And no, you're not going to get a whole lot of views on your first few live streams. Consistency is the issue, though. And Jones will tell you, the first couple of years that I was doing this, how many live streams did I do a week?
Oh, dude, it was brutal. You guys, you would do up all nights, you and Largo. It was like the USA Network, dude. You guys would just be on for freaking 3 hours.
I still do up all night, but I don't actually stay up all night. But we used to actually stay up all fucking night long. Yes.
Oh, you guys are wild. That's insane.
Okay, Gojitron says, I'm still monetized, so he's getting the ad revenue, but I stopped doing channel memberships. Okay, that's what it was. All right. Told you the time gone by. I have some earlier videos that got some pretty good views. One was my vintage Snake Mountain video from like 8 years ago. Gojitron says, I wanted to give exclusive content to channel members, but I only got 4 people for almost a year. Dude, I only had like 3 or 4 people subscribe to me for the longest time, and it was friends, Will and Largo, and a couple of others, and still don't have a whole lot of channel memberships. I have a few, and a lot of that is because of people like Susudio who will gift memberships to other people. And then I have a few people who have been very, very loyal to me, like Screw Your Feelings and Gilster, who have been around, and they're at the $3 level, which is fine. You know, there's $3, $5, $10. I don't think I have any $10 people on channel memberships. I do have that over on the Patreon, though. And I'm thinking about doing away with Patreon, but I've got a couple people that are still
looked at it in a year. For all I know, I got like 6 comic boxes I should send out and a bunch of angry people.
That's what Hebrew told me. Shout people out. You got to shout them out. We're talking about. He's responding to when I was telling you, Jonezer, what you got to do with when even over here. I encourage it. I want you to start getting in the habit of doing that. When somebody says something to you or asks you a question in the chat, don't just answer them on the keyboard. Interrupt me and say, "Wait a minute, Bill. There's somebody asked me a question in the chat. Let me answer that." And we'll put them up there. I think you have the ability to put people up on the screen because
I can't mess with anything from my end. I'm just
really?
But
I think you could when I was paying for this. But anyway, yeah.
Back then, yeah. And quite honestly, this has been very smooth. I almost wonder if we should go back to it.
Well, if we're going to do this, we will. I'm just telling you the truth. Until I can get a new computer, when we're doing this kind of shit, we're going to be using StreamYard. I can't afford StreamYard though, folks. It costs way too much money, so it's going to have to be the free version.
Well, what does a subscription to StreamYard go for nowadays?
It used to be reasonable, about $25 a month. It's about $50 a month now, I think. I'd have to look into it, but it's stupid.
Okay, because too many people are doing it.
Toys of Time Gone By says, I need a woman who loves all my toys. Yeah, good luck with that.
You don't. No, you don't. You can have one that hates all your toys, but just accepts you for who you are.
Well, see, here's the thing. Even, I've got a pretty decent woman. I know that you do, Jonezer. And even the ones who have a little bit of overlap, like my wife likes the Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and she's got the library with all of her little Buffy the Vampire Slayer figures in it. She wouldn't have any of that if it wasn't for me. Not only that, she kind of thinks of that like oh, Bill's playing in his room with his little toys. So it's always going to be that like Kate right there. Oh, yeah. Isn't that cute?
Yeah, I feel the opposite. You don't need to have a girl that likes everything you like, or is the same. In fact, quite honestly,
well, you don't want that, because what the opposites attract, and you don't want a clone of you. So yeah. And then Briscoe 1234 coming in. Bill Jonezer, everyone. Hey Briscoe, good to see you, dude. Go ahead, Jonezer.
I've seen it work too, though. I've seen it where the two nerds find each other and fall in love, and then just go get married as Star Troopers or whatever they're doing. You know.
For a bit there, my Walmart had all the cool stuff you people liked, and then suddenly it didn't anymore, right? Yeah.
Hi, Paula.
I do my own music too, Kate. I have a channel on Reverb Nation. Oh, I have to check that out. My channel is microscopic. All of our channels are microscopic. We're small YouTubers. 22 months strong, Mike Fee. Good. Thank you, sir, for being a member for so long. Have you tried Restream? Yes, I have. That was the one that John joined me on, and he could never hear anything I had to say. I don't have a Mrs. Jorgensen at the moment. There's somebody out there for everybody, I always say.
I agree. I think there is.
My girl loves the fact that I'm a nerd. Mrs. Weird Fantastic Toys. Hey, Paula. I love toys and my husband, and I love my wife.
I love hearing that.
If a girl can't support your hobbies, it ain't gonna work. Well, that's true.
Sure.
And everybody saying,
you gotta support hers too. It's a two-way street. You can't sit here and show your wife the Superman doll, and then when she breaks out her little fern, you go like, I don't want to look at your plant bullshit.
Law, I'm gonna tell you what. When the shit from Big Bad Toy Store and Amazon starts rolling in, they take note. Just so you know, and Paula's down here watching us, so she's listening to me. When that shit starts rolling, they take note, and sometimes they don't say anything, and sometimes they come in and go, "What's in the box?"
Yep, mine does that a lot.
Occasionally, a box needs to come in that's got shit in it for them.
Right.
You just need to know this, guys. I'm just telling you, this shit works, okay? So the box comes in. She goes to the post office. She picks it up. She brings it home. It says Amazon on the outside of it. It's got your name on it. So she doesn't open it. She sets it aside. You come in from work. You got another package in there. What's in it? Oh, that's not for me. That's for you, baby. And then you go take your fucking shower. And then she goes in and opens it up. And some shit that she said she wanted that you paid attention to but didn't say shit and just went ahead and ordered it behind her back. Ooh. You're going to get laid tonight, Jack.
Well, one thing that I'll do, it's hard to shop for my wife because my wife is one of those, like, if she saw it, she wants it, she liked it, she bought it. These shoes, just got them. You know what I mean? Like, she's taking care of herself pretty good. So, like, for me to come in and get her something, it's like, oh, is that going to be the right size? Is that the right style? Is that the right taste? I'm not really sure if she wants. She might already even have this thing. So I usually will have to just like lurk onto her Amazon shopping cart and just see what's there that hasn't had the trigger pulled on it yet.
You know? I won it in the contest, honey. I swear. It's a major award. Look, it says Fragile. That must be Italian. I would try to hide my packages. That don't work either. Look, there's a video. It's an old video, but it's a pertinent video. Jonezer may remember this. I tried that one time, and I got hit in the head with a rolling pin.
That was one of your best ones.
Oh, Jeff, my husband knows all my Stranger Things. Is Jeff around? Did Jeff show up? Where's Jeff at? Where's Target Boy?
Probably working.
Jamie sees boxes of stuff and says, "You're ridiculous." You are ridiculous, but we love you anyway. All right. And that catches us up once again. Hell, we are 5 minutes away from 3 freaking hours, Joneser. This has been a marathon, has it not? And we're still at it.
It has. I won't be at it much longer. I got to get up at 5:30 in the morning and go push my boulder up the hill. Unlike some guys got the weekend off there, living it up there. You know, I'm a little jelly, but I do got to go.
Don't be jealous, dude. When that fucking brazier comes back online and that shit starts rolling out of that son of a bitch, they're going to try to kill us. We're going to be working like Hebrew slaves, Jack. It's going to be brutal, dude.
Oh no, I got my own crew to motivate tomorrow too. And what's funny is I've earlier this year, you know, not to overshare or get into the weeds, but I having a rough year, wasn't feeling good, and it was affecting me at work, at home, at play, everywhere in life. And well, now things are better. Things are on the up. Jonezer is sounding like Jonezer again. Things are going the way they're supposed to go. And one of my buddies at work.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you, Jonezer, I prayed for you because I know this has been a brutal year for you, dude.
Yeah.
I'm glad to hear that things are getting better.
Things are getting great. But what was funny is the guys that I work with at work, they got to talking about, you know, the mood, the atmosphere, how I've been. And one of them was like, I don't know what's worse, how he is when he's not feeling good, or how freaking obnoxious he is when he's happy.
Oh, I can only imagine, especially at work.
Oh, I'm a card. I'll sit there and I'll be like, all right, guys, we got to get 14 totes of these green beans done. We got to get it done by 2 o'clock. It's got to be on a truck tomorrow. Don't worry. There's not a one of you I wouldn't sacrifice to accomplish this goal. So let's get some coffee on the roller. Let's get this thing moving. Come on, let's go. Wow. Wow. Where's your game face, boys?
Yeah, show me your war face. Ah! Yeah. All right, so Bjorn Jorgensen getting some more yucks in here. Target Boys looking at turtle stuff. Toys of a Time Gone By, who has stayed with us the entire time. I miss my Saturday morning cartoons. Do you remember Motu Joe used to do Saturday morning serial on his channel? I do. I used to watch Motu Joe. Here's the thing. The new algorithm has fixed it where we don't watch the channels we used to watch anymore because they don't feed them to us anymore.
You got to just type in what you want. And unfortunately, that it's not going to go in your feed the way you want it to. I didn't even know you were live until I typed you in and you didn't come up.
Yeah,
you would think you would come up, or I would get alerted every time you did anything, but I don't.
And I'm well aware of that. And YouTube has been broken for a long time, but they really broke themselves this year, I think.
Yeah, it seemed like the year I kind of sat out. I mean, I jumped in with you, you know.
Yeah,
but
I'm glad you did. This has been a great live stream, really, to be honest with you. Probably one of the better live streams I've done in a long time. And there's no production in this. It's just us talking.
Right.
What's going on, John?
Oh, not too much. Sitting in my safe space.
Ooh, the safe space.
And I am the only one occupant in the house.
Oh, you got the place
for the rest of the night.
Mrs. Weird Fantastic Toy Ventures, who is at her job right now, says, love you guys, but I got to go. Love you too, baby. Glad you could come in and hang out with us.
Bye, Paula.
Briscoe1234 says YouTube is such a S system nowadays, and they keep making it worse. It is a crappy system. And it's going to get real bad because pretty soon they're going to look at your viewing habits. What do you like to watch? Well, toy tubers like to watch toy videos. Who likes to watch toy videos? Well, kids, of course. So that means that you must be a kid. So now you can't watch YouTube unless you show us your age verification. Show us your identification card so that we can put you on file.
I've got a bit of there's a way around that. You just got to make sure, kind of like, remember when Grindhead show would start and he'd have the grumpy bear, hey, this show's for adults, you know, and like it would be obvious to you. One thing, like earlier when I was doing videos, I thought to have Lyric on for that reason, because it's kids' toys, and you know, I'm an adult and I'm sharing this with my son, and me and my son were enjoying He-Man together, and Lyric enjoyed being on with me. I never really got any traction one way or the other for having a kid there, but we had to kind of be clean. So I couldn't be myself or talk the way I would talk. I had to be mindful that there was a child on the show with me.
And the other thing is YouTube makes a point of seeing you have a child on the show with you too. And they accordingly.
Right. And so I was trying not to mark my videos as made for kids, because they're really not. The kids don't care about He-Man, you know, but I had a kid on with me. So YouTube kept like automatically trying to check that box. And I kept saying, no, this is not made for kids. This is my video. But Lyric has lost interest in doing videos with me. He's going to make his own channel. It'll probably blow up 20 million times bigger than mine and do his own.
More than likely, especially if
he's smart enough to figure that out. And I'm sure when he wants to, he will. But being that he's not going to come on with me much anymore, or if he does, it's going to be very fleeting. I was thinking about kind of adulting it up a little more, making them marked made for adults, having some 4-letter words.
The problem with that is it will affect a lot of different things. It will affect how many people are able to see your video, because now YouTube will age verify who's watching your video, right, and your video won't hit the wide stream, and it will not get as much traction as one.
Right. No, I'm very well aware of that. And the reason why I was thinking of leaning into that is because, one, I just want to do my thing my way, whether it's the smart way, the right way, the wrong way. It's going to be my way.
You go. Well, you've always done that, and I applaud you for that.
Whether it's been smart or not.
Yeah, right. Well, you know, just remember, you're not Cinnamon Toast Ken, so don't try to.
No, I know that too. I'm not trying to be him or be Pixel Dan, or which his stuff does not have bad words in it, or is not made for adults. I think he rides that PG-13 line.
That's where the money lies if you're going to monetize. I'm just letting you know. Which
again, I don't care about that. I just want to do.
Well, if you don't care about it, then do whatever the F you want to do, right? And then you can even play the game where you don't use the special words and just use the real word and see what happens.
Yeah, I plan on leaning in hard to all of that. But what's real funny is, you know, like you talk about like looking at the analytics, looking at the views, looking at the sub count, thinking about this strategically. I'm going to make this video this way. I'm going to talk like this. I'm going to have this person. I'm going to do it like that, you know, and that's all fine and dandy, because that's what people do to try to succeed. So you want to succeed, but you know what the best way to succeed is? That everybody forgets the second they get in the weeds and all that. Just make good videos. The rest will take care of itself. If you just make good stuff, you don't need to watch your analytics. You don't need to look at your sub count, because there are going to be so many of them you couldn't keep up with that number anyway. Sound advice, folks. It is.
Mike B says that's the best live streams, talking about just us talking. No big production value. It's just us sitting here doing that stream of consciousness that I always love. I'm gonna tell you, there's a former co-host of this show that could not stand the stream of consciousness. He wanted to script it all, and I'm like, I ain't doing it. I'm just gonna talk. Got to go. See you after. Well, you take care, Bjorn. Go ahead, Jonezer.
there was probably some merit to his approach in that, because you guys were neck deep in some tech issues, and if he had a better idea of your line, my line, his line, I get it. Like, but when that happens, the show loses its soul.
That's true. Well, Jonezer and I have experimented with a lot of different things, and the best way to do a show, I think, is to have a broad outline so that you know what you're going to do, and just fill in the blanks with your own thoughts as the show progresses.
Yeah, bullet points, and kind of roll with the punches. So, like, if Bill and I plan a show, and some of our planned shows have actually gone pretty good, because we didn't stick to the plan so rigidly that it felt forced, and rolled with things when they came up. Like, Bill's very good about keeping up the chat, or getting in, like, there's a poignant thing that needs to come up right now. Well, that's not according to the plan. Well, the plan just went over here now. Now we're doing this.
Well, I seem to remember a couple of guys did the show for me when I was on going to my daughter's wedding or something.
Yeah,
and they had it planned out to the T, and then all of a sudden they had a couple of guests come in that ruined all of that.
Oh yeah, shot the whole plan to hell. Yeah.
Oh my God! Look who just arrived! It's Rollo.
Hey.
The chat was covering your face up.
Seen each other.
Yeah, long time no see that. Rollo been here since the very first live stream. Yes. Absolutely. Anyway, we were talking about YouTube, and Briscoe says, "Show us your papers." In my best faux German accent. Do it for me, Rollo. Show us your papers. Say it.
Ich sag da mal gar nichts zu, aber ich glaube, meine Eier sind zu klein, euch die zu zeigen.
Oh my God. Say moose and squirrel.
I won't say nothing, but I think my ears are too small to show him in the camera.
You're all right, man.
Oh, you're good.
Here we go. I always have an issue with how to display my toys. I have them on my bookcase, and many still on bins. I'm still not 100% happy with my display, and you never will be, my friend. You never will be.
No, and if you're happy with your display, you're probably done with it, and that would be the worst thing that can happen to a collector, right? So it's always a changing, moving, getting out, dropping other decisions, moving in different directions, and I think that's part of the thrill, isn't it?
It is, and I'm leaning in hard to downsizing.
Yeah, and towards the time about any suggestions about what you guys do. Well, I have put some of my favorite on display back here in a fashion, and then we have Gojutron, who rotates his stuff and actually gets rid of stuff after a while when he gets too much new stuff in. So the displays are always going to be changing. And then we have a friend, Michael Purvis, who's constantly buying new shelves.
Oh, yeah, good.
It's not that I have too much toys. It's the shelves that are the problem. We just need more shelves.
Exactly. It's not only the toys. That's not the toys. If I could, I would build a house, a castle Grayskull. No one has done that so far to put that all up, but we are not all. We are Michael Purvis, and sometimes we have to give away stuff. No, I think there's a core that we all have that we probably never will get rid of, and always would like to have in display at a certain amount.
Right.
But all the other things, I think it's pretty much okay to be a little fluid on that.
No, I learned that Goji talking about that, because that was when I was just beginning to get overwhelmed, and him talking about, well, I call things all the time. Stuff's got to go. And I'm like, I need to lean into that.
Yeah. Sometimes bad. Wallet says yes. And why he says yes.
Well, that's the problem. I'm still buying stuff. We got to get rid of it faster.
I'm going to interrupt this wonderful chat that you guys are having to say OBS and both her and Susudio have been worried to death about you, Rollo, and I'm glad that you're back now. And there they are here is OBS saying, "Hey, Rollo."
Not much left, but here. Yeah. We are there. We are there. I thank you guys. And that was literally the reason why I hopped in. I couldn't resist. I saw you being live. I only have a couple of minutes and need to jump into my personal therapy at 8 o'clock here. But I just couldn't resist. I saw it's open and I said no. I haven't seen those guys for so many years, and I want to say hello. And I want to
once again, I want to encourage you, Rollo, to get your Instagram back working again and contact me over there.
Okay. I'll try my best. I have better chances since yesterday, as I received a very generous package from Austria, from one of my family members who sent me, for me, a new laptop. It's a 2023 ThinkPad, and things are going to major up here. 6 days, I guess. I hope. Okay, nice. Thank you. I have to prepare myself for getting infused. But I'm going
Well, we pray for you there, Rollo, and thank you for coming in and joining us.
I love you guys. I just couldn't resist to hop in. Sorry for the
Always good to see you, bro.
Bye.
That was great having Rollo come in. It reminded me of the old days. And Mike Fee has just been doing the work of the gods down there at the bottom there, making sure that everybody has got their channel links up so that you can sub to these guys. And Jamie saying hey to Rollo. So good job. And yes, it is getting late. It is about 10 minutes to 9 Central Time. And I know that a lot of folks are getting ready to go to bed, but we have had a wonderful group of people with us today, and it stayed consistent throughout the whole time. Over 3 hours of show, guys. This kind of reminds me of the old days, Jonezer.
Well, it's funny, Rollo popped in because you just mentioned when me and Adam ran a show for you, and he was one of the guys that popped in, him and Grindhead, and kind of threw our plan off the rails a little bit. But we were, it's like, okay, now the show is a different show, which
you have to learn how to roll with it.
We did roll with it. We had to roll with it.
Hey, I even hopped in there and said hey to you guys at the very end.
But yeah, it was
the hotel room I was in there.
It was neat because it was the first time I went on without you, and I felt this heavy responsibility. I can't come on. I'm not going to do this if I'm going to come on and stink up the room and ruin what this guy's got going. So I need to come on. I need to not fail. I remember practicing doing the intro, gutting the commercial, like doing all the things, because I was afraid I was going to go off the rails live, which we did pretty good. We even had some curveballs thrown at us, Rollo jumping on and Grindhead jumping on, and we made them all work, and we did the show, and everything went. The plan had a curve in it, but it still got to where it was going.
There's always going to be a curve in it, as you well know now after 3 years of doing this with me.
Right.
There's never going to be a show where there's not some kind of a technical issue that you have to deal with during the show. There's never going to be a time when everything works perfectly. There's never going to be a time when you don't go off script. It's always going to be that way. And once you know that and you accept that, things get a whole lot better.
That's the beauty of live, though. Like if you watch a live thing and you watch it go off the rails, that's almost entertaining in itself.
And Toys of Time Gone By, who has been with us for the entire stream, folks, says it's fun and I have to work tomorrow, but I don't want to leave yet. I get it.
I don't have to.
Yeah, we're all going to have to. And sub to Rollo, please. Did I kick ass again? I'm so sorry. I just subbed to you, Rollo. Sub to Rollo, guys. Hey, that's an interesting stream to watch. They're usually kind of long. I can't always stay for the whole thing. But if you're English and you come in, he'll speak English to you. If you're German and you come in, he speaks German to you. If you're Mexican and you come in, he speaks Spanish to you. I don't know how he does it. And he switches between the languages. And
fluidly.
Yes, fluidly. And if you listen to him long enough, you'll start learning what he's saying when he's speaking those foreign languages.
No, he's a smart guy. Yeah, I tip my hat to him. And what was great too, though, was Rollo legitimized us. So when me and Adam were doing your show, Rollo comes in and goes, "Oh, I got two imposters here. Who are these imposters?" and and he came on, and it was neat because we were like, okay, we're not scaring away Bill's audience. They're coming out of the woodwork to join us. So we felt like we were doing pretty good, you know. But I do remember having that tremendous responsibility in that moment.
Toys of a Time Gone By has joined us tonight. Hey, man.
What's up? How's it going?
It's good to see you.
I wanted to. It's good to see you guys. I wanted to jump in because I'm having so much fun.
This has been a great one, has it not? It kind of reminds me of the old days, and it's been good. And it's good to have you come in and join us as well, because
awesome.
You guys are always here when I'm streaming, and I don't know how you guys know that I'm streaming or how you guys know to get in here, but you always are. And I want to appreciate you and all the rest of you guys that like Gap After Dark, and all you guys who come in consistently like this. And George Valentine, if you're still out there, thank you, sir. That's another one that's always here. Sue Studio. If she didn't have to deal with her dad, she'd be in here a lot more often than what she is. And then, and of course, Denise, that would be OBS. She comes in quite consistently as well, but she's got to work on Saturday nights, so she hasn't been able to hit that Saturday night show. But man, good to see you. Tell us what's going on there at Toys of a Time Gone By.
Just some pickups and things this weekend that I have. I was telling you I had the Ewok village, and I also picked up some GoBot command center and some GoBots. And I'm always looking for something. And then today I picked up the Mossy, the Moss Man at Mattel Creations. Other than that, I got, having a lot of fun here, just watching the video and hanging out with you guys.
Well, great. And you was talking about the Fortress of Fangs. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I picked that up a few months back off of eBay, and it's funny how I got it. It's such a great price for it. It's missing some stuff, but I've always wanted this Fortress of Fangs. It's got the teeth. It's that, it's that kind of like dragon head, and it goes well with the Motu stuff.
It does.
It definitely goes well. And I also got the piece that sits in the back. It doesn't have the wings though, but I have that piece that sits in the back of it too. And what I had to do is I had to do some repro stickers on it. And I had to make the stickers and all that. But what's the good thing about it is if you go over to Toy Polloi, he's got stickers. If you guys ever go over to him, he's got stickers for free. Huh?
If you're looking for something, he's got it.
He's got it.
The repro, the printouts or whatnot.
Yeah. He's got this.
And in case you guys are wondering what we're talking about, this is it right here. It is from LJN Toys. It was made for the Advanced Dungeons and Dragons figures to play in. And I was telling them, Toys of a Time Gone By, I wanted this when I was a kid. My mother ordered it from the JCPenney Christmas catalog, and they canceled the order because they pulled this thing off the market almost as soon as they put it on the market. And it is very rare and hard to find, and especially rare to find it with all of its pieces. And he was talking about the throne with the wings and the gargoyle. That's it right there. And then you have this gate thing, a portcullis, and this other stuff, and it's hard to find all this stuff.
Yeah, it's not easy. 100. There's certain things on this that you probably won't ever find. There's certain things like the little skulls are very hard to find. If somebody's putting them up on eBay, then you may have a chance. But those are very hard to find. The little skulls on the gate. I even have trouble finding the what do you call it? The stalagmites. What are they
Yeah.
called? I'm having trouble finding all those too. You'll find here and there one or two together, and they still, it's still, or they still go for like a premium price. So and the wings on the back of the devil there, if you call it a devil or whatever it is, the wings, if you don't get him with the wings, you might have a lot of trouble finding the wings separately.
Well, I got a question there for you, Mark.
Sure.
Are there people who are doing like repro parts for this, like they do for superpowers?
If you go on Cults 3D, you may find, I haven't looked on there, but you find a lot of stuff on Cults 3D. If you want to, if you have a 3D printer, and or somebody who can print something out for you, there's a possibility you could find these things on there, because there's always somebody designing something for these 3D printers, and a lot of Motu on there. There's a lot of Motu stuff. That's even a lot of custom Motu stuff on the STLs on there that you can find. But those type of things are a little, I think they're sort of niche, sort of niche type of stuff. So I'm not sure. I'd have to really look on there. I don't have a 3D printer personally.
No.
I've had one before, but it's such a learning curve that you can basically print something a couple of times and all of a sudden the thing don't print no more. I've had that problem.
Hebro does a lot of 3D printing, and he has gone through so many 3D printers, it's just ridiculous. And I have another friend of mine who shall remain nameless, who has a 3D printer, has promised me all this stuff, and I've never received any of it because it takes too much time. And it's hard. Like you said, the learning curve on that is hard. And you get it, and how much crap do you make before you get something good to come out of it? It's ridiculous.
Well, on the other end of the 3D printing repro part gambit there is if you actually do find somebody that made one and put it out on eBay and is selling it, well, it's not, sometimes it's not that much cheaper than just buying the original part.
That's true.
There are certain ones like the Scare Glow Halberd. Obviously, you're not going to pay $180 for the 3D printed one, but it might be all at $20, $40.
And that's because the 3D printer has to charge you that, or he's not making any money.
Right.
And you don't understand that until you get a 3D printer. You make a bunch of junk to make something good. You run out of filament. You got to buy more filament. All of a sudden, that hot plate down there at the bottom's done burned out, and you got to buy another one of those to put in your 3D printer so you can keep 3D printing. And then all of a sudden, the printer goes south, like he said. Now you got to buy a whole new 3D printer.
Yeah, and then you're selling He-Man heads on eBay for like $25, $30.
Yeah. Well, there was one time I got my second 3D printer because the first one I had to send back. It went to hell. The first one, so I got a replacement for it. So I decided I'm going to print out a laser light Skeletor vintage figure. So I actually bought the STL, and it was like, I think it was like $9 for the STL. I bought it and actually printed it out, painted it and everything. I still have it, and I made the box and everything. Like I made the card and all that, and painted and all. But I couldn't get the electronics to work on it, so it's basically just a statue type of thing. That after I printed that out, the printer didn't want to work anymore.
Well, at least you completed it.
I completed it, and the printer, that was it. It didn't want to work no more. So it was.
Yeah, I'm not much of a customizer, but I have bought some customized parts, especially like, I had a vintage Scare Glow, but I did not have his cape. I did not have his halberd, and I wanted to display him with all the pieces. So I bought those custom pieces that looked the part, But then when I eventually sold him, I disclosed to the buyer, hey, that is an original Scareglow, but that is a reproduction staff. That's a reproduction cape. These aren't original parts. That's why I'm asking a lot lower, because there's some people out there, especially in the Star Wars community, kind of scumbags, and they'll pass on a repro part like it was an original. And some of these repro parts are good enough where you almost can't tell unless you got an expert. A casual fan isn't going to know.
Real quick, I want to ask Mike Fee to do me a big favor. I want you, all the links that you posted to all these people that have been on my show today and all the people's names, I need those in a, just send them to me in a DM on Instagram so that when I go back and edit the description of the channel, I can put all you guys in there and I can do it really, really quick without having to do a whole lot of work. So I'm going to let you do it for me. Thank you, sir.
Hey, thank you, Mike, for putting my channel up. Appreciate it.
And he agrees.
Thank you.
Yes, and it has been great, and I don't know that you're going to get a whole lot of subs out of doing this, but I know that there are a couple of guys out there that may not have subbed to you, like Briscoe 1234 or somebody like that. Suddenly, you're going to start seeing them, and that's the way this works. It always has. Now, the organic growth, though, towards the time gone by, is where you're going to get the most satisfaction out of. That's the people who find you and stick around, like the way you found me and you stuck around. That's the kind of growth that you're really after, and you're going to get it, but you have to stay consistent.
It's true. Very, very true.
And John over there, he can tell you that that's all I've ever preached to him.
Yep.
You gotta keep going.
Yeah.
I'm looking at your stuff right now.
And honestly,
632 subscribers. Sorry,
he already said that he doesn't have the watch hours.
Oh, gotcha.
Watch hours are hard to get, but here's how to get them. And Jonezer watched me do it. That is live stream consistently, at least one day a week, every week, week after week after week after week after week. What happens is, as you start gaining a group of people who come, like you watch me, they come to watch you because they like you and what you're saying resonates with them. Okay, and those make big watch hours. Live streams. Look, we've been on here for like 3 hours and 28 minutes.
Wow.
And all of that goes towards your watch hours. And think about it. All the people that are watching, I've had consistently 10 to 15 people watch this whole show. That equals, and Jonezer's watched it before because he can see my analytics because he's a co-host. Those are big numbers when you see the analytics after the show's over with. Like 23, 25 hours a week. And if you live stream more than once a week, which back in the day, Jones will tell you, I was live streaming 4 or 5 times a week consistently. And the numbers just went up and up and up and up to the point where I had my numbers as far as watch hours way before I had my subscriber numbers. Because
you got to do the grind. And that's
if you're a gamer, you understand what the grind is. You know, was on South Park when they got all fat and shit, and they were playing the game. They went out to fight wolves because they could get all kinds of points for doing that, but they had to do it consistently over and over and over again in order to get up enough strength to go get rid of the griefer that was giving them all the grief. But yeah, you got to grind hard. And it can be frustrating, and it can also send you down into the depths of depression.
Well, so here's the other thing too. If you go live and there's no one on, there's no one watching, then you just talk to yourself and you act like they're there, and you just do it like a practice. I've had it where I'm on and there's nobody there, and you're just like, it's
keep on talking because somebody will watch your replay. You'll be surprised about that. I get far more numbers out of the replays than I get on the actual stream itself. It's really weird, but I'll always remember something that Gabby Hayes told. I don't forget who he was talking to, but they were doing a television show. I think it might have been Buffalo Bob or somebody. Anyway, Gabby Hayes said, don't talk to your audience. He said, you're only talking to one buckaroo.
Oh, that's smart. So then you're getting that connection, feeling like it's all for me. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Smart. But every time I've been in my head about that, where I'm on, there's nobody with me, and I'm just talking to the wall. Someone always comes. You might have to wait it out a little bit. Someone always comes. You know,
they do. And George Valentine says, I had to stop the grind for a while for family, which is important, but I'm about to start up again. There you go.
Yeah, I took a hiatus myself.
A whole year hiatus, but you're still around, and I've kept your name on people's lips.
No, I appreciate you for that.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm subscribed. I'm subscribed too.
I appreciate that.
I was
Man.
going to go subscribe to you, but I already was.
Same here. I've been subscribed to him ever since he subscribed to me, because I usually subscribe back to my subscribers. What is it?
What I'm bad at, I'm good at into people. What I'm bad at is watching their shit. And I tell it to Bill all the time. Like, he's like, you watch my video? And I was like, no. I need to be a better person for watching. But when I go on YouTube and I don't watch toy stuff. I watch like
I don't either. I don't either.
Like,
that's
houses and searching for Bigfoot, and
I'm watching the Y Files or something like that when I'm on YouTube. Yeah. And I've gotten to the point. This is weird, and I guess, or maybe it's not so weird. I've got to where I don't watch the toy tubers because I don't want them to influence me in any way whatsoever.
And I don't know if that makes sense. If I catch a buddy's video, I'll try to comment. That way I can at least let them know, hey, I was here. And I saw this, and this part I liked, and this is what I'm saying to you. But if I didn't comment and I'd said
I was here,
I'm lying. I'm lying. I didn't watch it. You know why I didn't? I didn't watch it because I didn't comment.
Well, it's just funny. Some of these, now I was very surprised because some of these really big channels like Pixel Dan, Toy Polloy, and what's the other ones? Mega J Retro and all that. Some of those guys, you subscribe to them, they don't subscribe back to you. But I was very, very, very surprised that Toy Polloy subscribed to me.
Yeah.
Absolutely surprised. That guy actually will subscribe back to you.
Guys in the community. There's some really good guys in the community. Another one I want to say is Adam did the guy's intro for a while. He was the guy who was always getting it first.
Manchild.
Manchild.
Oh, Manchild, yeah.
I'm gonna stick up for Manchild, because if you comment on Manchild's thing, Manchild will absolutely comment back to you.
Yeah, he's good like that.
That's a big thing. That kind of interaction right there will help grow your channel, and it will help bring in what I call interactive users or interactive viewers, because that means more to your channel than anything is that interaction.
Or at least he was doing that a couple years ago when I was watching. He might be too big to do it now. I don't know.
Manchild's always been one of the better YouTubers, so I can tell you that.
I like him. There's some real ones out there.
Now, once again, Mike Fee, get with George Valentine and find out where the Beast is, because I think he's got another channel called the Beast of Kavanaugh, and that's the channel that he does a lot of cool stuff on too. So let's see if we can get that link out there, the link to the Beast. George, tell him what the name of the channel is with the ad in front of it, and maybe YouTube will let you put that up there. I know it won't let you put a link up, but then Mike can put the link up for you. Go ahead, guys. Sorry about that.
Oh, you're fine. I do got to duck out, though. It's 15 minutes past Jonezer's bedtime. I'm going to turn into a...
Yeah, I get it. I'm about ready to stop this stream anyway.
Orange shirt. So great to see you guys. Glad you jumped in. I think it's the first time I've ever been on with you. But that's awesome.
Thank you.
I'm going to have to try to watch more of your stuff. I was just on your page, and I'm like, am I subbed to this guy? Yeah, and I'm not watching his shit. I gotta watch it.
Appreciate that, man. Appreciate it.
I'll try not to be a stranger in there.
Appreciate that. I will do the same thing. Right back
If I
to you.
ever make a video again, I'll appreciate it.
Well, I'll watch some of your older stuff too.
I appreciate that. But yeah, I'll see you guys.
All right, you take care,
Take care.
Jonezer. Thank you for coming in, man.
Bye-bye.
And then there were 3. And it's going to be, and then there were 0 here in a minute because I'm going to have to take off as well because I've been on for 3 hours and 35 minutes. I haven't done this in a long time, but it has been great, guys. And we have kept 10 to 15 viewers the whole time. That is phenomenal, to be honest with you, for a small channel like this. And I want to thank John and Toys of the Time Gone By, Jonezer. I want to thank Rollo, the collector and co-pilot's what he's calling himself now, for coming in. I want to thank Gap After Dark for coming in. Thank you for coming in as well. And we had a great time. Is there anything you guys want to say before I say goodnight? I'll start with you, Toys of Time Gone By.
Yes, you know what? You just, like you were saying, you got to be consistent. You got to just make your videos and have fun making them. Enjoy making them. And just love your toys. You're going to have to love your toys. That's it.
There you go. And John, what have you got to say before we go?
Oh, not so much. I've got some cleaning to do over here and situating. And then I can do some videos where, like, my toy pile doesn't look like a junk pile.
Oh, well, dude, my craps will look like a junk pile from day one. I don't know if you've consistently watched my channel. That's been the ongoing joke is what the junk room here. But anyway, thank you guys for being here. Thank everybody in the chat for being here. It's been a wonderful show. OBS is saying good to see you guys. Are good to be seen. I can tell you that now. But remember what we always say here on Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. Keep on collecting and stay fantastic. And we'll see you next time on Weird Fantastic Toy Adventures. Until then, have a good journey.
Good journey.
Good journey.